believe we are ready to go. I'll stay here for 1 second, see if I gotta adjust the music. But we got tonight. Nolar is just kicking it off by himself. Talon's joining him later. Not much to cover on Dokkan anyway, so we'll just handle that, and then we'll jump into some Legend after that. And it seems like it's me, Ryuden. Are you staying? Oh, I think you already dipped. Then no, he's not staying. But it'll probably be me, Nas, and I guess Nolar, but Nolar doesn't play too much, so.
Yeah.
Well, either way, Nolar's going to kick it off till Talon jumps in.
Alrighty, guys. Welcome. Welcome to episode 32, the July 4th special edition. A lot of people are gone, but we decided, hey, screw it. Let's just do it anyways. Throw on some drinks, some no juice, and just go for it. So, and of course, Gresh is on vacation till tomorrow. Don't know where Truth is. Talon's supposed to be here, but I don't know. I don't really know what's going on. I'm just here, boys. I'm just here. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about Global Dokkan real quick. You got the anniversary coming up. That's it. There's really nothing else. I mean, nothing big anticipatory is coming. It's supposed to be on Thursday. Whatever day that is. Let me look it up real quick. The 9th. The 9th is when the banners drop, I assume. You guys got the World Tournament, so good luck to those who are grinding the World Tournament currently. So, yeah, man, just enjoy the build-up. Get ready. If you get the shaft, I am sorry. Of all the people, I know what the shaft is. It's unfortunate, but it's the way gacha games work. So, yeah, Global right now is strictly World Tournament leading up to the anniversary. Anniversary is going to be really interesting because on JP we had 3 parts, and the third part was super underwhelming because it was just the LR, what is it, Zamasu and Goku Black's body. Like that was the EZA, and that was it. Kind of underwhelming. What was really awkward was that the V jump came out right between part 2 and 3, and they showed off Extreme Super Battle Road. So we assumed that part 3 would have Extreme Super Battle Road. I actually think you guys will get it. I'm not declaring it. I don't know. I just have a feeling that they understand that there wasn't enough content, and it feels like they're trying to catch you guys up. So dropping Extreme Super Battle Road, potentially Chain Battle, like it's in the files, data mine, but doesn't necessarily mean it'll come out. They just drop it whenever they want. And then, so, you know, I have no certainty or no forewarning. I'm just saying I could see it happening. I could see it not happening too, but more than likely, I would say I would lean towards you guys going to get that Chain Battle and the Extreme Super Battle Road. One or the other or both for this anniversary, and that would be automatically a huge win for you guys. Okay, so that's pretty much it for Global Dokkan. Unless you guys got some questions directly here in the chat, something I want to talk about. Yeah, I don't think so. I'll give it a bit while I drink this rest of my juice here.
Wait, what happened? I'm back. It's like random assorted fireworks and gunfire outside my house right now.
We just
Like,
we
walk
started
my dog
off.
before it's crazy.
Yeah, we're starting off and we're doing Dokkan, so nothing too crazy. We'll eventually get into Legends fairly quick, I want to say, because there's not too much. I mean, I'm hoping like either Talon or Truth show up, so it's not just me rambling back and forth. But hey, if it's just me rambling back,
I know what I'm talking about. And
I could join in with you, but I don't. I mean, you already know where it's gonna go. I'm not sure what to contribute in terms of global. It's just save your stones, prepare for the anniversary, and that's about it. Someone on the Vegito banner because it's better and he's the better fusion.
well, I don't know about the last part, but
I don't know. Everyone in the chat put elbow cough.
dear God. Anyways, yeah. For honestly, the 5th year anniversary banners are the banners to just completely go balls out, drain your stones. Fuck it, just go for it. And then at the I'll always say, if you're gonna buy use coins to buy something on the banner, always wait till you're done summoning and then buy it, because you could just pull them, you know. while you're doing summons for Vegito, you might pull Trunks, and you'll be like, oh, well, I don't need to do that anymore. So whatever it is, go balls deep on the banners. Wait till the end of your summoning sessions. Hopefully, you guys get top grossing and you get good rewards, all that stuff. I wish you guys the best. Honestly.
Dude, if we don't get top grossing, I would be so shocked.
Yeah.
The amount of people that are hyped for this. I don't know. If we didn't get top grossing, I'd be shocked.
I would be too. Okay. I don't think there's anything else to talk about global, so we can move straight into JP Dokkan. Give me a second.
All right.
Here,
I
boys.
think the first thing that we want to discuss is the fact that the 120 lead Super Saiyan 3 Broly's getting an EZA. Isn't that great? Isn't that wonderful? In terms of what do we think he's gonna get in terms of his new passive? You know what I think they're gonna do? I think they're gonna do the reverse of how they have a lot of the units before. It was, you know, a 150% buff to their category, and then key plus 3 90% to their type. I think they're gonna flip it. I think it's going to be now, let's say, key plus 4 130% to that type, and then maybe key plus 3 90% to that category. I think they're gonna flip it like that for the leader skill, and then for Broly, for his passive, all he really needs is to change that minus 10% defense per orb to plus, and I think just make it 15% across the board. So attack plus 100%, and then attack plus 15% as well as defense per orb gained. Done. Perfect.
Sounds reasonable, honestly. In terms of leader skill, I would hope they do what you suggested, which is give them a slight boost to their typing, but then a secondary leader skill of a category. So obviously he would be probably 90% Super Saiyan 3, which most people won't even use, but it'd be nice, you know?
Wait a minute, what? Why would nobody use that? What do you mean?
Because you have the Super Saiyan 2 Goku that has a Super Saiyan 3 lead. You have Bardock.
Okay.
I'm saying there are better. I'm saying there are better leads.
Okay, I see what you did there. Clever.
Well, anyway, so obviously Broly is the worst 120 lead. He was stupid when he first came out. Like,
yes,
losing defense per orb, like that was retarded. But if they gave him like 10%. And then if they gave 15% attack plus 50 or 10% defense per orb, and then do something nifty like crit chance increase by 7% per rainbow key sphere. You know, so you're looking at an additional. On average, you'll get 3 rainbows, so 21% crit chance on top of the fact that he's tech. So if you went full crit on him, that's another 20%. Of course, they're not additive; they're calculated separately, but still, that would be pretty good, I think. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things they could do. They just need to give him or just lose the fact that he loses defense per key sphere. So
yeah. My hope, the reason why I'm saying key plus 4 though, is just because for like Kid Buu, for example, I think that they could really use the additional key because there's virtually no links with that category. With his little like group, he has no links with anyone.
Well, yeah, they're all attack key links or attack links. That is, I should say. So
yeah, so give him something to get essays off because I can't even count the number of times I got destroyed because I was missing one little key.
Yeah, no, I understand. Key 4 seems reasonable. 130 seems reasonable because it would be the counterpart to like UI Goku's 130 to 4 key 130 to Realm of Gods. So it'd be like similar fashion to that. So I see that happening personally. But a secondary lead skill would be nice. Because everybody, like Android 17 could be an Android's lead. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta could be Vegeta's family. Same with Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Let's see, what else? Off the top of my head. Who was the Tech 120? Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku, he could probably be Otherworld Warriors.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Revived Warriors, one of the two, you know. And then we
just give them more use, even if they're a sub lead. It doesn't matter. Just provide something. They tend to make every time they do this sort of like EZA something. They make them they always put them in like the lower echelon of like if there's a dedicated Dokkan Fest unit for that category, any sort of related unit that gets an EZA to work with it tends to just be like a lower echelon of that category. So
Yeah,
I
that's true.
think that would make sense. I just hope they're not like stupid busted. All of a sudden, 120 leads are just the most ridiculously broken thing in the world. I don't know, because it's not like the 120 lead meta wasn't really that long ago. At least
2
I don't
years.
think.
About
2
2
years,
years.
yeah. Does that seem too recent or no? Because like I mean, if you're gonna do an EZA to like the 120 Neo God lead of that point, like we're still on categories. What's the meta gonna be after? You know what I mean? Like what about next year?
Yeah, I don't know. That we had a discussion about that recently. We're thinking like, do they increase the power creep by going to 200%, or are they
Yeah.
going to do like double like mono leads, like physical and tech together? You know, like that could be really interesting for team building aspects. We really don't know. They're still stuck on the category meta because they keep releasing new garbage categories. So that's a whole other discussion unto itself. But
They're
yeah,
never
I
going to
mean,
release. I feel like they're never going to release a complete category unless it's for like a super hype event, like a download celebration or like a year celebration or something like that. I've noticed that the only really complete categories feel like like for example, the Kamehameha category. That I think is like an absolute complete category.
Mhm.
Just like that, for example. I feel like they deliberately I don't know, cripple these categories so that they don't make them an all-in-one. And we notice it all the time. Gresh often goes out his way to let them know. It's like, why would this guy not be there? Why would he not be there? Because they deliberately gimp it so it's not as good as it could be, so they could sell you a much better version that's part of a download celebration or something. So I don't know. I hope they move past that though. Like, there's no point in making all these ridiculous Dokkan Fest units that have garbage categories. There's no use.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would rather have them because this is the belief I have is they release new Dokkan Fest like this all-in desperate struggle category with the LR physical Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. It's like terrible. Like the tons of units are missing from it. The reason why they need to do that is I feel like they need to add new categories to sell the new units. Which I don't think is the right way to approach it because I think they just need to have better, like flesh out other categories before throwing new ones out. Like all the World Warriors needs a lot of work. World Tournament doesn't have a proper lead. Peppy Gals doesn't have a proper lead. Which we'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, I think the problem they have is they feel like they need to make new categories in order to sell new units when they don't need to. If the unit is good unto itself, they should be fine. But that's the problem is I don't think these units are like super well busted on their own to sell like, you know, like Go Tanks should have been youth, fine. Special pose, no, they should have been fusions or something else, you know, just another category that needs help that he could have led. But instead they gave him special pose, which is a bunch of bullshit. But anyways.
Yeah, they just do it so that you feel like there's because if they were to give him an old if they made him an old lead for a category that already exists, people are going to be like, it doesn't feel that new. So they just make these redundant ones, and it'd be great if they made them not have some ambiguity because like signature pose. I mean, what does that mean? That could imply to anyone. Like, look at the SSR art for the LRs. Are they in signature pose? That looks like a signature pose to me. Are they in that? Are they part of that? No.
Yeah.
Like who fought what's a signature pose? I don't recall many instances where they're just doing a dab or something and we just throw them in there. Like I can just imagine like Go Tanks and Ginyu Force. Like
more.
What was
Better
that, dude?
team. Oh, so they need better teams, not just more teams.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah. I don't know. It's very awkward because excuse me. There's just so many teams that need work, and they keep just throwing out new categories to hopefully. Again, let's go on a rant because fuck it, there's nothing else to do. The problem is the fucking friend system. Okay, like that is the problem. Yeah. Sure. I pull a Go Tanks I want to run a Gotenks lead. Look, sure, for some reason I want to play youth. I can't find a goddamn Gotenks lead. So what's the point of me? Like, that in itself should inhibit people or discourage people from summoning. Because it's like, unless it's a hype unit that everyone's going to pull for, there's absolutely no reason for me to pull for it because I can't find a lead to run that team on. You know? So
Yeah.
that's the problem I'm running into. Like Transformation Boost is an awesome category led by Cooler. Can't find a fucking Cooler to save my life. So they need to fix this friend system before they add more categories because it just becomes absolutely horrendous.
It doesn't. What's crazy is it's not even that hard. Like, just give us a 55% lead, the same thing. So we don't like. Okay, it would be great if we find someone that has multiple dupes, but worst case, just give us a plain one. Cause the Future Gohan transforming one, I really like Future Gohan. I summoned for him. A lot of people said don't on global because I think there was another exciting banner that was just around the corner, and he kind of just got thrown in between as part of their timeline. I really like him, so I summoned for him. I couldn't find any friends to use him with. It sucked.
Be able to just duplicate the first character in your team, like
yeah. I mean,
it's like auto instead of having to find someone else that's using it.
Right. So like the solution that Truth and everyone else has been talking about, and I totally agree with, is just mirror our lead. If I've got a 79% LR physical Goku and Vegeta lead, just give me one of those. Because if anything, like this is what Truth's saying. It incentivizes you to summon more so you can get more dupes and whatever, right? If you don't care that much, if you got the lead, you'll just use that. You know, you got the category lead, you'll just use that. But right now you have to use friends. Now, a counter argument, a weak one, but a counter argument is like, well, what happens to friend point system? I don't give a shit. Let me spend friend points to use a mirror lead. That in that case, it still makes me want to be friends with like good people who have strong leads, so I could run them in and gain points that way. Like it doesn't discourage me, but if I can't find something, then let me play with it. Because right now, half of the teams that I want to play with or do a showcase or do something fun with, I can't find unless I tell my friends that I know and be like, hey guys, can you put this as your lead? And even then, like I'm trying like a super challenging event, I might die on the second turn or some shit like that. So yeah,
you can only use them once every 24 hours. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's the problem. You can only use them once.
Yeah, that whole system needs a rework. But I don't know. Is it something that works better on JP, or are they complaining about it on that side too?
Yeah, it's all the same. Yeah, that's the problem with the system.
It's just like if you want to do anything weird or quirky or off the wall, you're gonna have a real hard time finding an ideal leader. So,
yeah, and I mean that's the thing that gives Legends, at least in this portion, an edge over Dokkan, where the team building aspect is all about the Z ability as opposed to leader skill. You know what I mean? So like with Dokkan, you have to pull the lead in order to run the team. Otherwise, in Legends, you could get 2 stars of every single character that you can makeshift a team together. It's not the most powerful one, but you can get it done. You know what I mean? So that's the one difference I will say that Legends, in my opinion, has an advantage over Dokkan. But
yeah, not being dependent on somebody else for your experience to be complete, that's pretty inconvenient to say the least.
Yeah. Guys, Talon's internet just came back on. He'll be on shortly. So, yeah, he'll be here. But, okay. So, the 120 leads, I mean, I completely forgot to put that down. The 120 EZA, that's definitely coming. All right. Let's just talk about what happened this week. Let me just finish this beer real quick.
Yeah, I just find myself muting myself over and over again because I'm eating a granola bar.
Oh yeah, crunchy food. I got some granola too, man.
Yeah, I'm not trying to. This is not ASMR eating, so I don't want to.
All right. Okay.
Cookies.
Let me pull up the goddamn banner. All right. So this week we got a banner released. It is the LR Physical Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku and the Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. All right. So we got them on the banner. It's a it's a Dokkan Fest Tanabata LR banner, which means there's 10 featured units. So there one, the new Krillin. He's not a Dokkan Fest, but he's a new featured unit. We got the Go Bros from last year's Tanabata. They're back, so that's the third one. Fourth one is Physical Beerus, the first time back. He's a great card. He just unfortunately have to build a team around him. Fifth one is UI Goku, who no one gives a shit about anymore. Transforming Goku, no one cares about either. Physical Vegeta, no one cares about you either. Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, it's still a good card, but I do not give two shits about him. Jiren, no one cares about Jiren. In Golden Frieza, okay. So for most people, this is a trash banner. Let's put it straight. This is a trash banner because there's a lot of old cards in this. And that's kind of emblematic with the problem Dokkan has, is that they have so many Dokkan Fest units. It's been 5 years, so it makes sense, right? They've got one pretty much every month, some months two. So the fact that there's this many Dokkan Fest units means that the featured pool is just getting bloated and bloated. I'm not exactly sure how they can fix that. Personally, they should just take out the old, like EZA Dokkan Fest, put them in their own banner, just perpetual banner so people can jump in if they really want it. That's what I personally feel, but that's me. But yeah.
Well, I think the problem, by the way, guys, hello, internet's finally back on. I would say, hey, what's up, man? You are absolutely correctly. This banner is garbage, and I'm sorry that you are going through, well, both you and Truth, I guess, but man, you guys went through a shaft. But I kind of agree with what you said about wanting to use a different, or to kind of put these some of these Dokkan Fest cards onto like these separate kind of banners and everything, which you kind of see with the whole EZA banners and everything.
Yeah.
But there's just still way too many, right? And I think honestly, they're a little out of touch with what cards people want to have come back, because I feel like they try to go more for theme than, oh, this card is wanted by a lot of people still, let's bring this card back, right? Like, because if you look at the banner, it's like, okay, yeah, we got Transforming Goku, Transforming Vegeta, Int Golden Frieza, we've got Jiren and everything. It's like, okay, guys, come on. How many banners have those cards been back on? A shit ton. Like, seriously. Like, okay, come on. Instead of trying to go thematically, or instead of making the entire banner, a theme, make half of it a theme, and then the other half have some actually good cards in there that people want. You easily could have put on STR Golden Cooler. You could have easily put on STR Cooler. You could have easily put on Physical Piccolo. I mean, I know Piccolo's that Physical Piccolo is not on the actual U7 team or anything like that, but come on, when was the last time he was on a quote unquote hype banner or anything? You easily put him on there. You could have easily put on I don't know, AGL Zamos if you wanted to. You could put other cards on there that, just simply because it's not the quote unquote same theme, it would still work better on there. And hey, guess what? People might actually summon on the banner more, because I think the moment the initial hype died down of, oh, hey, look, do LR that's super powerful and awesome and everything, everyone realized the banner's absolute garbage and honestly has skipped it. I mean, that's probably why I've seen a lot of Japanese players saying that they're just skipping this banner and waiting for the Tanabata banner. So yeah, it's just like, come on, let's start using our brains here a little bit, Akatsuki. It'd be really nice. So
yes, I agree with you that they need to have some sort of standard of, okay, this isn't Legends. Okay, this is the one thing Legends does better than everyone else, or different, I should say, is that when they put a banner out, it's themed. So you pull on that one banner. If you're free to play, you pick a team, and let's say right now it's still the 2nd year anniversary. So if you want Super or GT theme, you go on those specific banners and you pull those units and you run the whole team. They don't need to do that here. At least I don't think so, right?
No, they honestly don't. No, they don't.
But I agree with you that they should have a couple of units that could fit in the new units lead, something like that. Sure, that makes sense, right? But
yes,
honestly, they want to do this whole theme thing. That's why it really sucks when a really good unit comes out, but it takes forever for them to come back, because they're waiting for either a dual Dokkan Fest where it's extreme versus super, that kind of concept in order to bring them back. and
Right.
then you're like, okay, it's been like on global, it's been 11 months or a year since AGL Cooler comes back or Hit comes back. You know, it's shit like that like really hampers the game, at least in my opinion. So
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, like for example, like in my opinion, like with the banner, right? What they could have done is obviously Goku and Vegeta as the new card. Krillin's gonna be there. I mean, for the most part, we have seen this trend of a new SSR card that's not a Dokkan Fest card, but it will be in every banner. So I get Krillin. I get that. Okay, so that's two right there. I get Beerus. Beerus is a good choice to have come back. Beerus is a great card. All right.
Yep.
I think the last one I would leave in there is Jiren. And I know people are looking at me going like, dude, Jiren, seriously. But Jiren is, you know, in terms of like all around, he is a very good USS lead. Now I know obviously we have something like the STR UI Goku and everything. But he just back last month? I don't remember.
UI Go.
No, the STR Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku.
He was recent. He was fairly no, that wasn't global. Actually, he hasn't been back.
No, he hasn't been back yet. He was April, right?
Yeah.
So I think it was unrealistic they were going to bring him back. So, you know, as much as I think most people would have preferred to have him over Jiren, obviously, I'll say, fine. You know what? Fine. I'll give you Jiren Akatsuki. But after that, like, come on. Transforming Goku, transforming Vegeta, UI Goku? No. Get that garbage out of here. They are in so many banners. And even if you don't have them somehow, like, you know, let's say you're a new player or something, there are other leads you can run that are better than them, and you don't need them. All right. Yep. So get those three out of here. You easily could have, you know, if you wanted to focus on super leads, that's fine. But there are other leads you could have brought in, or what you could have done is, hey, let's give some villains some love here, guys. You guys want to know there's a reason that villains not really run. It's because they're not showing up on the good banners and everything, right?
Yep.
So make this banner better. You know, let's throw in. Okay, let's do this for example. Throw in STR Cooler, throw in AGL Zamos, and I don't know. Let's throw in a little bit of an oldie guy, AGL Cooler. Sure, let's throw those guys in there, okay? And now what you've got though is not only do you have some really good super guys, you've also got some good extreme guys, and guess what? A lot of those extreme guys actually can in a way be run with these other super cards, right? Like Zamos is another Realm of Gods lead.
Yep.
Guess what? You can throw the Goku and Vegeta on that team if you want to. AGL Cooler, unfortunately, he's only the most malevolent team, or the Frieza team, basically. But guess what? STR Cooler is right there sitting for you, and there's a lot of good free-to-play options with that team. Or STR Cooler, Transforming Boost team. Best team in the game, hands down, right? Guess what? Half of that banner could run on his team if you wanted to. So it allows just for more team selection if you want to, because, again, we're not in the situation where Legends is where, it needs to be themed, so you can just run the team. Dokkan's been out for way too long to try and do something like that. It just has been, okay? So I think if they mixed the banner up a lot more, it would have been a lot better. You got a lot more people to summon, and yeah, I think that would have been a lot better, obviously. So.
You know, I just realized, you know what would be good is instead of the theme around one that, like, so for example, the new lead or new card you want, it's the LR Blue Bros. That's what I've been calling them, okay?
That's what I'm calling them, honestly.
What if you just gave, like, okay, let me look, Kamehameha, right? Why don't you put a Kamehameha unit lead on there? Of course, they wouldn't put LR AGO Gohan, but, like, there are other units that could be ran with that lead, right? Yes. So why not throw them there, or they're on Goku's family? Like, you know what I mean? Like, be able to use that card with the other cards you pull in it as the other cards lead. Goku's family, Pure Saiyans, like, just, okay, well, I guess we got the physical transforming Vegeta, which means we just need a new unit entirely for Pure Saiyans.
Honestly, we need a new Pure Saiyans leader, so I mean, that's something.
I really thought these guys would be it, but nope, we got all in fucking desperate fighters or whatever they're calling them.
Well, okay, so I mean, like, even if they weren't gonna be full power or something like that, you easily could have thrown on SC. Okay, that's another one you could throw on. You could have thrown on physical Broly, right?
Yeah.
And I get it. You know, unfortunately, a lot of these really big name cards that I'm probably throwing out there, not STR Cool, but like AGL Zamos and physical Broly, Those guys are unfortunately stuck to the dual Dokkan Fest banners for the most part and these big celebrations. And I get it, right? I really do. But hello, if you're going to bring back Transforming Goku all the time, why can't Physical Broly come back a lot of extra times, right?
Exactly. I
like
100%
you easily could have had okay, let's do this. Instead of STR Cooler in this banner that I just mentioned beforehand in terms of that second half of the banner, let's throw on Physical Broly. All right. Then Tanabata comes around. And then at the end, and then the whatever end of July / beginning of August Dokkan Fest unit comes out, you know, he has whatever little filler banner is there basically, even though it's a Dokkan Fest new guy. And then at the end of August, when the 350 million download celebration comes back, fine. You want to throw a Broly on there? Perfectly fine. Because hey, guess what? People can get a dupe of them if they want to. Or if you don't want to throw a Broly onto there, hey, you've got EZAs now, who's quote unquote one of those big, you know, dual Dokkan Fest type leads right there. So they really. They're in this loop, unfortunately, and it's very obvious to tell where people are going to summon. And I'm honestly surprised they haven't tried to switch it up yet, right? A new unit only gets a banner so far, right? A lot of people are going to look at it and go like, yeah, the new unit's great, but your banner is garbage. I mean, it's kind of like with Global and its Physical Beerus banner, right? Taking out STR Cooler made a lot of people not summon, or if they did, it was only that very first initial discount that they got, right? Was it like 30, 40, and then 45 or something like that? I'm off the top of my head at least. So if they had not done something like, if they had done something similar to that, but yeah, again, made the banner better, a lot more people would have summoned, but that's not the case. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we went off on a tangent, but it was a good discussion nonetheless that they need to fix their banners, because I understand that 10 featured units, it's an LR banner.
Garbage. It's garbage. Make it 7. I don't care. I do not care. LRs are not that special anymore. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I understand their perspective. I just don't agree with it.
Nope, you. I 100% don't agree with it. The whole 10 featured garbage thing because, oh, look, it's an LR. It's like, guys, it's just an LR now. I'm sorry. LRs are not that special anymore. They really aren't. Okay. So no, just get rid of the 10 featured units, make it 7. We're good to go. All right.
Who else is here? Ryuden, you still around?
No, he's muted.
No, I'm still here. Sorry.
He's not muted.
Yeah, sorry.
He's just eating.
I'm like munching away. I don't want to.
All right.
Got the munchies right now.
Yeah.
I didn't see Truth's video. I was busy prepping for 4th of July. What happened in today's Truth video?
So Truth got, I don't know what happened. It's like some divine intervention happened where God was like, all right, I can't witness this anymore. It's like when Goku saved Gohan from Bojack. He's like, you're not supposed to do that. Well, God was like, no, I can't let this keep going. Somehow Truth got the last 3 copies he needed in like 200 stones.
Holy
back to back Goku Black Rifts. Back to back Goku Black Rifts. Yeah. So
wow.
Yeah. So one copy, a missed multi, and then the next one he got the last copy. And I'm like, wow. To go from an absurd amount of stones to get only 1 or 2 copies to an absurd amount of stones to getting the rest of them. You know what I mean? Like, it was just so mind-blowing, this huge shift, this huge turnaround. I'm like, wow, that's just...
Okay. So, I talked, when I did the collab with him, he had already rainbowed them at that point. I asked him how many stones he put in. Sorry I'm spoiling the goddamn video, but hopefully you guys saw it already. He rainbowed them in 12.5k stones. He told me how many coins he had in the beginning, how many coins at the end. I did the math. It's about 12.5k. That's what it took. I am at 12k with 1 dupe. So granted, I'm 500 stones behind him, but unless I get 3 dupes and 500 stones, which, I mean, it's possible, right? I mean, Truth got, what, 3 and 200?
Yeah, apparently Truth pulled it off.
Dude, I'm sorry. Dude, the planets have to align. Some divine intervention has to shoot some energy down that crosses the galaxy or something like that to give you that kind of luck. And I guess that's what Truth got. So,
Yeah.
oh man, when that happened twice in a row, I'm sorry, Nalara. I don't think it's happening.
Right. So
I give the bigger shaft to you, actually.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you right now, I got the fucking bigger shaft than Truth. You can write this down. I will tell you how many fucking featured units I pulled. Let me get. I got the list right here.
Oh, we got a list here, folks. Let's go. Let's go.
I got 10 Krillin and 12k stones. I got 2 LRs, right? The two new LRs. Then I got 10 Krillins.
Yeah.
14 AGL Gokus.
Oh god.
19 Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegetas.
Oh my god.
15 goddamn Go Bros. 14 of them were fucking Vegito Blues animations. All the Vegito Blue animations were Go Bros. I got 14 of them.
Oh,
they were all Go Bros. 10 UI Gokus, 12 Golden Friezas, 12 Jirins, 10 physical Vegetas, and 13 Beerus. That's a total of 115 featured units.
Oh my god.
Okay? I'm gonna call it right now. I got shafted harder than Truth, and this is the first time I've gotten this destroyed by a banner ever.
I don't think I've ever seen you get this destroyed by a banner, dude. I don't think I've ever seen you get this destroyed.
The worst shaft I ever got was summoning for Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. It was 4,500 stones with no copies. I just walked away.
Ooh.
But that's still Dokkan Fest exclusive before GSSRs. This is an LR, so his is far worse. But
yeah,
I can't say I know the pain, but I do know that idea of there's no way. How could this happen? I saved for so long for this. Are you serious?
The problem is, it's always because you get to a point where you're like, all right, when I pulled that first copy, I didn't care. Like I just felt relief. I was just like, okay, it's done. And then like, by that time, by the time I got the 12k, I was like, I just want to fucking pull it and get the dupe so I could run like an actual good unit. You know, I'm not saying no dupes is bad, but it's just I'm not used to it. That's what I want. That's the goal. Granted, it took me this fucking long to get it, but that's the point. So I didn't feel elation. I didn't feel joy. I just felt relief.
Right.
That's it. So, anyways, I'm taking my L. I'll do a multi once in a while for like a showcase video or like some gameplay video just to see what happens. But I'm not doing any more summons, like actual hardcore summoning videos or collabs. I'm done. I'm fucking done. Because 12k for 2 copies is a bunch of bullshit.
No, it absolutely is. Holy crap! Like, wow.
I think the worst part is it took me 3.7k to get my first copy.
Yep.
So that meant it took me 8.3k to get my second copy.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah. Now, all right. There's something I got to address. Like,
here we go.
Everyone's saying I have rigged rates or Truth has rigged rates. Well, if anyone has more rigged rates, it's probably Truth and Gresh, because this is the first time I've gotten like super shafted. The last time I got super shafted on a banner was probably the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Goku Dual Dokkan Fest for New Year's, where it took me I think 5k to get the first copy of Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, and after that it took me like another 1 or 2k to get 3 more copies, and then I called it. But I honestly genuinely believe I don't have rigged rates. I actually believe that I just got super unlucky on all the summons.
Like, to throw an extra like 5 unluckies in there, because
yeah, I don't actually believe, like, everyone wants to say there's rigged rates. Now, okay, as Gresh, Truth, and I have talked about, the only times where we found rigged rates was first year anniversary for Global Dokkan. At that time, I was a global main, and they had lowered the rates for Gogeta, Strength Gogeta.
I remember that, yeah. I remember seeing that, and I was like, oh, shit.
So, but back then, they didn't, it wasn't necessary to publicize the rates in your game, right? Now, like, Apple and Google force you to. It's, you know, now I'm sure there's going to be some kind of governmental law at some point in the US here. But I'm just saying, back then, that what you could legitimately say was manipulated rates of a banner. Now, I don't believe they do that for JP, because the second it was found out that happens, then the game is done. Like, it is done in JP. Like, it is shut down. The gacha laws, or it's not necessarily gacha law, but the companies would be fucking sued to the ground. People would be revolting. The government would shut it down. Like, there are major consequences for them to do that. So,
Yeah.
personally, I don't believe it's possible. I don't think it's likely, I should say, that they would do that. Would they? Maybe they do it and just get away with it. Sure, I can't tell you for sure if that's the case, right? But more than likely, no. They don't want to risk losing their cash cow, so they don't personally. I don't think they rigged people's rates. I honestly think there's 10 fucking featured units. That's it. I honestly think that's it.
Yeah,
you have a 5% SSR pull rate for featured. If you have 10 units in the pool, that's a 0.5% rate to pull it, as opposed to 7%, 7 units, featured units, usually on a regular Dokkan Fest, right? So it's just really, I honestly believe I genuinely want to believe that it's the fact that there's 10 featured units. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I 100% agree with that. I mean, basically the only way to get proven wrong is if all of a sudden someone literally was able to crack into the game and be like, guys, they actually did lower the rates. Then that's another story for another day. But yeah, I think people are just trying to use it as like, holy crap, how does someone go this many without trying to get this or something like that, right?
Right.
My tinfoil hat brain wants to say
exactly,
that there's something going on here. It's just because you're never guaranteed anything.
Exactly.
You're never guaranteed
the probability of anything happening is never 100% or 0. But this was just so absurd and so consistent across so many whales that I'm just like, there's enough data points here to say something's fishy. It's just crazy how you, Goresh, Truth. There was a Japanese Dokkan player as well that got destroyed.
Oh, Cal got destroyed. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, that's a lot of stones when you put them all in together for so few copies, and the math just tell you that the chance of it happening is so low. And I know nothing's guaranteed, and nothing's guaranteed to not happen, but it's just consistent across so many well-known players that you can't help but be like, damn, is it really just a coincidence that so many people that put a lot of money in the game are all getting shafted? Or
Yep, that's exactly what happened. I mean,
yeah, I mean, conspiracy theory, it would make sense that there's something going on. I just genuinely believe that there is nothing going on because of the fact that they'd be risking so much just for an extra 10,000, 100,000 yen. Like that's it, it's nothing. I mean, that to me that is. But I just had to make that point across because I know there's a lot of talking inside the community that, they must be rigged or whatever. As a joke, sure, but if you're really like hammering people with it, really fighting, and it's like, no, guys, look, I don't think that's the case. I just got super shafted. It happens sometimes, and sometimes they're lucky, like fucking Nano. But that's a whole other conversation I don't want to have.
Okay, yeah, that. I think we can truly wink, wink, nudge, nudge, all be in agree that Nano is the one with the quote unquote real rigged rates, aka getting everything he wants. So.
Yeah, I mean, okay. It's just like the dichotomy of how Nano gets so goddamn lucky, and then you look at Truth and how he gets so shafted on so many banners. Like, honestly, me personally, this is the only one. This and then the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta ones have been the ones that got shafted the most. Everything else has been on average anywhere from 2 to 4K stones to rainbow something, which isn't bad, at least in my point of view. So compared to Truth, like I'm right between Truth and Nano, I'm right in the middle. On this example, on this banner, I'm right with Truth. I'm farther ahead than Truth at this point. But
I was about to say, he had the stars aligned for him, buddy.
Yeah, and then so like I'm taking my L. I'll buy it with coins. Fuck, how many coins do I have? Let's see.
You have enough to rainbow them. That's it.
And the TUR, I bet. Let's see. Let me check. I've got 19,000 coins. Red coins.
My God.
Did you just say 19,000?
19,000, and you get 10 from a multi.
Yeah. So put that in perspective. Anyways, so that's my rant for now. I'm sure I'll go back to it, but I got super shafted on it. I've been shafted harder than Truth and Calc. She got lucky. Well, not lucky. She got shafted too, but
she got shafted, but then she got some decent luck near the end.
Yeah, I haven't been there, so it is what it is. Anyways, so that is the topic of the banner. And okay, now let's actually get to talking about the unit itself. Talon I know you didn't. You put two multis in the banner, and I don't think you got.
I
Anything,
put
right?
4 multis in total.
4? Okay.
4 multis in total. I got garbage, absolute garbage. So, but I have tried them out as a friend, because I use them as
Joint Forces League.
The Joint Forces League, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what do you feel?
Very super impressive, I will say. The fact that they have the rainbow gimmick thing, where if you grab a rainbow orb, you get +2 key. It's, you know, if you can make it work and you bring some kind of unit that changes it to rainbow orbs, or you just, you know, you get decent rotations essentially, then they work really well. They're super powerful, easily top, I'm assuming 5, 3, or that super case where, you know, I think it's, what is it? STR Gogeta, Tech Vegito Blue, STR UI Goku. And then I would throw this guy in there. You know, you can make arguments about who's quote unquote better. I mean, these guys, I would say in terms of like power levels, but then if you get the blues all built up, or you get UI Goku to dodge and everything, it's just kind of like, okay, who would you throw into the best? Hard to say. That's always gonna be someone's opinion, honestly. But I'm super impressed. But the only thing I'll knock against them is the fact that they have no good key links to really help out teammates on their other teams. They are clearly made for a U7 team / USS team, which is the Universal Survival Saga. Other than that, it's just like, oh my God, like, where's my prepare for battle? Where is the way to, you know, if I want to throw them onto Pure Sands, where my other Pure Sands cards don't have the Tournament of Power link, or if I want to throw them on a full power, like, they suffer. They definitely suffer. So, but again, very strong card, very overall good. So that's my personal opinion on them.
Yeah. All right. So I've been using them free dupe, and that's actually kind of interesting. I'm glad Truth actually does that showcase, because it's a whole different power scaling once you get dupes. But using them at free dupe, they're amazing. They're really strong. And I think the advantage they have is the fact that they don't need to scale, if that makes sense. So they're just as strong on turn 1 as they are on turn 20. That's kind of both good and bad, right? Good and bad in both ways, right? So like on a short event like Super Battle Road, they're really impressive. Actually, I think they're more made for Super Battle because they have greatly raising attack and defense, and then they lower attack and defense. Well, on the 18 key, that is, but they debuff, which is phenomenal, right?
Right.
So, and especially the fact that you give them a little bit of rainbow bows, they get a higher chance to crit, which again, if you're free dupe, that really helps because you don't have crits inherently. So getting those extra rainbows help so that the additional super attack, or normal attacks, I should say.
Yeah, the additional regular attack.
They definitely crit, right? So,
right.
You know, they're really impressive. On the longer events, they're not nearly as good as, say, UI Goku or the Blue Fusion. I put the Blue Fusions at the top for longer events.
Oh, easily,
and
That's
then UI behind them.
I think.
Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal to say. But yeah, I've used them on Realm of Gods. They're great there. Only kind of downside is I use them on a UI lead instead of like Beerus, because here's the problem with like Beerus being Realm of Gods lead is that if you're running him as a Realm of Gods lead, he's kind of a useless floater. You know?
No, he's oof.
Yeah, so like you want to run, if you're gonna run him as lead, you want to run him on the team on rotation, which means you got to build a team around him, right? So no point of bringing other good units that want to be on rotation when, you know, that's the only downside I have about Beerus. But other than that, he's really good. So I ran the UI lead, and they're phenomenal on Super Battle Road. Longer events are pretty good. Obviously not as good, like I said, as the other guys. But yeah, I mean, I put them on that tier of Blue Fusions and UI Goku personally. The only thing is you got to bring a rainbow key changer if you can.
Yeah, you need some kind of key changer or something, because otherwise, if you get like, you can get destroyed sometimes on the not the ranking, but the rotations and the keys and the orbs that you have on the field, and you're just like, ah, shit.
Yeah, I've had a few where it's like, okay, this is not happening. So yeah,
the only thing I haven't used them in yet is Extreme Super Battle Road. How did they perform there?
I did one test. They were really good. They were very,
They were
very
really good. Okay, because they greatly raised their attacking and defense, which is just impressive on the super attack, right?
And then on top of that, they
lower the
lowered the
attack
enemy
and
attack.
defense. Yep.
So like it's a double whammy, right? So you're getting boosted, they're getting debuffed. So overall, the effect is going to be better for you.
Right.
So, and the fact that if you manage to get a double super off, you're not taking damage. That's the thing. You're just not taking damage, and whoever you're attacking isn't dealing any damage because their attack is double lowered. You know, so like I said, I think they're made for U7 and USS, like you said, because they don't have another key. Like the key, they don't need key per se because they're a nuker, but the key links help for the rest of your teammates, right?
Right.
So,
exactly.
Unless you're bringing TOP in your pure Saiyans, I mean, you could, right? But unless you're doing strictly that kind of build, then they're really not helping out the team. You know what I mean?
No, I actually agree, and I can see a situation in something like Extreme Super Battle Road. For say physical, because obviously you can't run. I don't think you can make a USS 7 team, all physical or anything like that, or at least to my knowledge. Maybe you can make some kind of makeshift Beerus lead and them and whatever else. But regardless, where you get a rotation on that, and if you don't have any key changers, which to my knowledge there really isn't any good physical key or orb changer, I should say, then you're going to probably run into a situation where they maybe get their super off or get lucky enough to get their super off, but then the rest of your team gets like no supers off, and you're like, oh crap, well, they did fine, but then
everyone else is not doing great.
Everyone else gets killed because they're taking, however much damage on Extreme Super Battle Road. So
yeah, so that's the only downside to them, is that they're not universally used. They can't be universally used, is what I should say. They're more geared for USS and U7. They're made to be ran one rotation with them and the other rotation with the Goku Frieza, because they lower attack that boosts the damage for L or Goku Frieza on the other rotation. You know what I mean? So that's how I see it. I feel like they're more used for that per se, but unfortunately, I can't run them on a pure Saiyans team, just any pure Saiyans team. You got to kind of build the team around them if you want everyone else to succeed with them.
Which can be a bit of a challenge, I'm assuming.
Yes, it is a bit of a challenge. That much I will admit. Okay. So that's the unit itself. The category, the Desperate Struggle All-In category.
Yawn, next.
Yeah. They're missing a lot of units. They're missing a ton of units.
That's the understatement.
I mean, again, as we've been going off on before, this is a further indemnification of the issue of trying to make a new category work just to sell the unit. Honestly, I feel like these characters are so hype. Like LR Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken and Evolution Vegeta on one card. Like, obviously Joint Force was going to make sense. We never had a Dokkan Fest lead, so that made sense. But if they were fucking pure Saiyans, you know how many times I could run pure Saiyans because of these guys? Granted,
you would actually find the team finally.
Yeah, I mean, like we said before, they only have TOP, which doesn't really help with the rest of the pure Saiyans. But beside the point, you could run the team. You know what I mean?
Right.
I thought Worthy Rivals would have been interesting because they are technically worthy rivals to each other. Like, that would have been kind of cool. But All In Desperate Struggle, like, when I first heard the name, I'm like, isn't that just a derivative of Full Power? You know, like, and Full Power's got more goddamn people than this All In category. Like, what kind of shit are they smoking here? Like, I don't get it. I don't think
they must have a separate team that makes the categories and everything, and I'm pretty sure they're high like all the time. Like, it's just there's no way they're not. So.
Wait, so here's a question: do you think the last like 3-4 Dokkan Fests have had good kits in general?
Kits as in the card or the categories?
The card itself.
Card itself.
It's like Kefla. I think Kefla's got a pretty good kit. Not the best.
Kefla's got a good kit. Yes. Mm-hmm.
These guys have a very good kit too. Who was before them? Gotenks and Boo.
Boo. Yeah. Gotenks is fine. Average? Boo I actually like. Boo I like quite a bit.
Okay.
Who was before Boo? It was STR UI Goku or STR Super Saiyan Blue Falcon Goku.
Yeah, well, we knew that.
And then Beerus.
I think Beerus' kid is really good. It's just you got to build the team around him.
You got to build a team around him, yeah. So
okay, so here's my theory: Team B was allowed to build the kits, and Team A had to make the categories.
You are not wrong on that, my friend. You are not wrong on that.
Because it seems like a Team A thing to do, right? Look at these categories. Like, what the fuck are they miss? Why are they missing full power Frieza on anger category? Like, what? Yeah, that's my theory. That's my working theory right now.
No, I absolutely agree with you. I
think they heard your rant and they're like, we got to put Team A somewhere. Let's just make the categories.
Let's make the categories. Nobody cares about the categories, guys. Oh, wait.
Okay. So, I mean, we could go on forever with that, but just terrible category. Honestly, if I'm running these guys, I'm running Joint Forces. Maybe Desperate Struggle all in for like some supports, because we don't really have good Joint Forces cards that have like universal supports in them.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So that's basically the only time I would use Desperate Struggle units. Anyways, next topic. Why did we not get top grossing talent? What happened?
So I have some theories about this. So first off, I know a lot of JP players obviously play on iOS. I know Calc is one of them playing on iOS. And then some of these other big spenders and everything I know play on Android. So obviously those are separate stores. But I think honestly the biggest one is just simply the fact that a lot of people are not summoning on this banner and are going to wait until the Tanabata banner on the 7th, which is on today's the 5th, so Tuesday. Okay. And they're not buying their sales yet because top grossing does not come from summoning, right?
It's how much you buy
from the
store.
You buy from the store. All right. So if nobody's buying from the store and waiting until the Tanabata banner, which granted technically is worse, you have less of a chance to get a certain unit that you want. But overall, I think people look at it as, oh, you have the blue fusions and this brand new LR. There is a chance I can get this. That's all they see. Whether or not the rates and the what you're seeing from other players and everything, that's not what they're really looking at. They're looking at the big shiny blue fusions and everything from year 5. So a lot of people are waiting until then to probably buy some of their stones, and not to mention the fact that I know there's another game going on right now in Japan here that it's having its 1-year anniversary, and also the fact that things are quote unquote going back to normal here in Tokyo right now in Japan with the whole pandemic, and people are not really spending money on this stuff. So it's just, I think everything combined together is the reason we did not hit top grossing. It's not to say Dokkan's dying or anything. I mean, we hit top 2 in the store, and I believe Android hit 4 or something like that.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't enough. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe if you went back in time and told all of, Truth and you and everybody to wait until the Tanabata banner comes out with all the other players that are about to go buy their stones potentially, then yeah, I think we would have easily hit top grossing, absolutely no problem. But that's my theory at least.
So are you thinking potentially next week we'll hit top grossing because of the Tanabata banner itself? Because honestly,
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say because my initial thought was like, okay, people are just going to save their stones, but we still would have hit top grossing because they would have bought stones via the sales. But obviously that's not how top grossing works, right? You have to actually buy the stones. So that's my only guess that, it's because everyone's waiting to buy the stones and see what the Tanabata banner looks like, and then hopefully go like in like that. And if that is the case, then yes, I can see us hitting top grossing next week, or this upcoming week, I should say. But until then, I just don't know. It's hard to say. Part of me wants to say yes, part of me wants to say no, we're not going to hit it. So, because in the end, as good as Goku and Vegeta are, initial banner's garbage, and history will show you that the Tanabata banner, while yes, it does bring back a lot of good cards, it's garbage too. So, yeah. We'll wait and see. We will wait and see.
Okay, I have a bunch of theories why we didn't hit top grossing.
All right, start us off.
Hey, this is more of a long-term theory, but I want to say it's the coins. And what I mean by that is I don't feel people summon nearly as much because of the gacha coins. Now, hear me out. When we first got the gacha coins, that was year 4, right?
Yes.
And the first 6 months, like up until 350, we had consistently hit top grossing every month, right?
Yep.
I want to say that people were just so used to just summoning for the sake of summoning that they didn't even factor in the concept of coins until they hit the 350 million downloads, where after that, it then became a little more sporadic whether or not we got close enough to. I don't think we actually got top grossing after 350 million, to be honest.
The next time we hit top grossing after 350, I believe was. God, I can't even remember. I don't even think Cooler got it.
No, we didn't get it for Cooler.
Android 13 definitely did not get it.
God Goku, the LR? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I want to say the Christmas banner got it.
You mean the Super Saiyan?
Super Saiyan absorbed Spirit Bomb Goku? Did he get it?
I don't think so.
He did. Okay. Again, I'm going off of long-term memory here. The New Year's banner, I believe, did get it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They definitely got it. I remember them getting it.
Yes, I did too.
So that got it, but that's 5 months.
Yeah. So like, this is my theory: is that not a lot of people, like, to me, if you're a moderate spender, you used to summon as usual, and then you realize I got like 800 coins, I got 1,000 coins. I could buy my dupes if I wanted them down the line, or units I didn't manage to pull it because I got shafted on like 600 stones, 800 stones, 1,000 stones, whatever it is, right? So I personally think we haven't hit top grossing consistently because gacha coins have been a factor. Where people like Goresh, that's your perfect example. Goresh used to go in on a lot of banners, but now if he gets shafted, like he'll go in, but if he gets shafted to a point, he's just like, fuck it, I'll just pick it up on coins later.
Right.
You know?
Well, and I think another thing, and this has to do again, unfortunately, with where they've probably stuck Team A with the categories, is that people I think are finally starting to open their eyes, and hopefully a lot of Japanese players are doing this as well, that, oh, yeah, this card may look good theoretically, but A, your banner's garbage, and B, your categories are garbage, and I'm never going to find you said category to run you. Why should I pick you up?
Yeah, I mentioned that before, which is like the lack of the friendship system is the reason why, or is a deterrent for people to go in on certain banners.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
If you just made it the way that Hydros has it in Trident, you'd see you'd probably see top grossing come back up again a lot and all this other stuff. But yeah.
I mean, okay, so that kind of leads me a good segue to part 2 of my theory, so the first part was just the coins themselves is kind of a deterrent for free-to-play moderate players who don't need to go in further than they need to. You know what I mean? They're just like, okay,
right.
I have a pity system, which means I can eventually pick up these units down the line. So I don't feel the need and justify picking them up rainbow or 2 dupes now. You know what I mean? So coins is my one conspiracy theory. The second conspiracy theory is just the banners themselves have been garbage. The fourth year itself, from 4th year anniversary on, those were good. As far as I remember, I mean, I'm not gonna look it up, but I feel like they were really good banners where you got a lot of value for going back in on those banners, right? But the problem is once you got to like 18 or Android 13 and on, then you've got terrible banners that have 7 or not more than your 7 feature, your 8 feature, you know, shit like that. I feel like really deterred people to be like, there's no value here. There's less chance of pulling the unit that I want. And that's why I'm saying before was like they need to pull all these old Dokkan Fest who have EZAs now out of those pools and put them in a separate, like there needs to be a consistent banner up 24/7 that's like new player friendly. It's like, hey, if you're a new player, you should definitely summon on these banners for these powerful units that then can be EZA'd and get you pretty far in endgame content, where then after that you can get the newer category leads and run those units like your AGL Super Vegito or your physical Super Vegito Blue on a Potara team with Tech Blue Vegito or with Int LR Vegito. You know, like when those banners come out, like that's the point where you go in. So I feel like the banners themselves have been so terrible in the last 8 months in comparison to the whole fourth year, the beginning of the fourth year, where we just hit top grossing consistently.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I think another thing to also note is that, so I pulled up DBZ Space and I pulled up something like the Android 13 banner, because that's where we kind of started to see it as a downgrade, essentially, where you have, so obviously you have Android 13 in here, and then you have somebody as good as someone like Physical Piccolo, which a lot of people would love to see more and more in their friends list.
Yep.
But Piccolo kind of just got the whole, he hasn't been back finally. It's been over 5 months. Let's just throw him in this random banner, right?
Right.
That's just how it works. Then unfortunately, you start to see the usual contenders that have been in every single banner. Android 17, STR Jiren, Super Saiyan 4 Goku. It's just like, guys, did you put any thought into this? And do you really think people are going to summon for this banner? It's like, I think they're scared to bring back a card that has been away not that long, right? Instead of thinking, okay, how do we make this banner good? Like, obviously, I know you don't want to have, let's say, for example, STR Cooler on every single banner. I get that. You don't want to do that, right? But it's like, is it really that bad if somebody comes back in 3 months or in 4 months or something like that, right?
Right. No, I
really
100%
bad.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you, because the problem is they like STR Cooler. He finally came back for Beerus's banner, right?
Banner, yep. Mm-hmm.
So that was how long? He came out in October. Beerus came out in February, March. So we're looking at 3, 4, 5 months. 5 to 6 months. So, I mean, whatever. I guess because the anniversary is just so hype, everyone's gonna summer anyways. I guess that puts him in a bind, because it's like that's why you got to wait so long for him to come back. It's like, well, we don't want to put him on the anniversary because everyone's going to summon. So that he's a really big he's a big factor for people to summon. We don't want that because everyone's going to go anyways. Maybe we'll go to the next banner in Beerus. They could have thrown him on Vegeta and Goku. Like, it doesn't have to be the whole theme of all the Gokus versus all the Vegetas. Like, I don't give a shit about that.
I literally just pulled up that banner, and holy crap, that New Year's banner, I'm sorry, it was garbage.
It was bad.
Garbage. God, I mean, yeah, obviously I know this new Super Saiyan 2 Goku / Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, and you got the new LR Goku and LR Vegeta on their banners, but people didn't care. With Transforming Goku, UI Goku, Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku, STR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, like, dude, come on, those banners are garbage and everything. And then Vegeta's banner is the exact same thing. It's just like, oh my God, did you guys really just do that?
Yeah, it was bad banners. I remember.
It was, oh my God, they were terrible banners. So
I just remember pulling the furries. And by the way, # fuck the furries, because I was just tired of seeing them. Anyways, yeah, so that's my conspiracy theories on why we don't hit top grossing anymore. Well, I mean, granted, we had the whole COVID thing. Maybe development's a little slower than usual. Response time, like, I don't know for sure. There's a lot of contributing factors coming in, right? So,
right. Mm-hmm.
Outside of that,
and I think the thing that's weird also is that so I went back. So looking at the New Year's banners, okay, so that was January basically. I know technically it's like December 29th, but regardless, it's so on Vegeta's banner, it was transforming. You had transforming Vegeta on there. Guess what? March, transforming Vegeta right back in there. Less than 3 months.
Yep.
Like, you can't tell me, you can easily see that they're trying to bring in certain units on every banner. It's like, guys, use your brain for 2 seconds and bring somebody back that hasn't either A, been back in a long time, or B, will make your banner a little more hype. Now, luckily enough, Beerus' banner having Cooler on there probably made it hit top grossing, because also STR Whis and Spirit Bomb, Namagokus are, they're all really good cards and really good categories. Let's emphasis on the categories there. But yeah, it's just it's been crazy.
Yeah, so we didn't top grossing, guys. Maybe it's coming this week for Tanabata banner itself, maybe not.
Oh, God, the Bardock banner was garbage. STR UI or STR Kaioken Goku's banner was garbage.
Yeah. Honestly, since 5th year, these banners haven't been really that good. I mean, Beerus was great because we had Cooler and Namagoku and Whis, but outside of that,
Boo's banner wasn't bad aside from the
STR Boo.
The STR Boo, which hello, that would have been a perfect example to throw in STR Cooler. Come on, use your brains. And Gotenks' banner wasn't bad. Finally, Piccolo was on an actual good
Yeah.
banner that could have been used, but those Gotenks is oof. And then what else do we have? Kefla. Kefla's banner was
Okay.
it
Wasn't
was
great.
fine, I guess. I mean, yeah, Android 13 was finally back, I guess, and Kefla's obviously a good card, but yeah, it was kind of F. And then now we have the Blue Bros. Oof. Damn that
All right.
banner.
Quick announcement, guys. So I wanted to make this a fair comparison with Truth, so I went to 12.5K, and I pulled one more copy. So I am at 2 copies or 3 copies total at 12.5K. So
Oh my god, dude.
while
you're
he's
killing
at
me.
Rainbow, I'm done. Like done, because I just wanted to be like, I know people are gonna be like, whoa, you're not the same. You're missing Fire Herder stones or some bullshit. Whatever. I made it even, like as even as possible. I'm sure Truth has done more because he probably wants to get a TUR for 1 or 2 copies.
Oh
whatever.
god, dude needs psychological evaluation and help.
But I'm just saying, we're both at 12.5K. I got 3 copies. He got 5. I got shafted harder. That is a fucking fact, and that is
Yep.
what I'm gonna put out later. I've got more juice in me. All right, so
All right.
next couple topics. Actually, we have a little more. The Easy Era, Kakunsa, Rosie, and Ribrianne. I'm assuming you got them done. Did you play with them?
Ribrianne I have, Rosie and Kakunska I'm just about to finish up. So
All right, so your thoughts on
Um,
Rosie before we move on?
very good. I mean, she's a really good option for a free to play. I mean, granted, Peppy Gals doesn't have a Dokkan Fest lead or anything like that. But she's a very good option. It's been proven multiple times you can take her as the lead into Super Battle Road, her own
Oh yeah.
category stage, and beat it free to play. There's no question about it. So this just makes it even better. And having both the Kakunska and the Rosie on there makes them even, just has a great combo going on that particular turn. But also another thing to note is that you can actually grab the Intra Brienne via the wish strips from the Baba shop.
Yep.
And get a little bit of a better lead. But yeah, overall, SCR Rose is fine. She's very good. She's always been that way though. She's never been bad per
No,
se
she's never been bad.
on that particular category. Yes, obviously, if you take her as both a free to play and a friend onto say a longer legendary Goku event or something like that, then yeah, she's probably gonna get hurt quite a bit. But
Yeah.
I don't think anyone with a brain is really doing that. So yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna do a quick plug here. I just did Super Battle Road and a Infinite Dragon Ball History event today with the Ribrianne, the Kakunsa, and the Rosie. You can watch that tomorrow or Monday. Not sure. I haven't decided which one's gonna come out, but it's gonna come out in a couple days. Go watch it for sure because this will make more sense when I just describe what's going on. So Super Battle Road, like you said, you can do it free to play. They made it easier in general than every other Super Battle Road, so getting good cards means this it'll be a lot easier or a lot faster, whatever it is. So yeah, they're really good for Super Battle Road. Obviously, I do want to try a Peppy Gals version on like the Super Stage or Super Battle Road.
hmm I bet they can do it, no problem. I bet
Yeah,
they
I
can.
think I'm gonna bet that too, because they're really good, right? Like I think Rosie stacks defense, right?
Yep. Mhm.
And she seals or stuns. She seals. Kakunsa raises attack every super, and she has a chance to stun. I should say, chance to seal, chance to stun. And dude, it's great. Like on Super Battle Road, fantastic.
Yeah. No, easily. I don't think that's any debate. And well, because also doesn't it work that every turn they come back, they gain the opposite of what their friend gains? So isn't it Rose? Yeah. So if was it you said Rosie stacks attack if I remember correctly?
No, Rosie stacks defense.
She stacks defense, and it's so she gets more attack every time
Attack.
she comes back on the next turn. So
Right. So
quote unquote theoretically, they are both stacking attack and defense. So
yeah, they're both really good. Especially when you throw the strength Ribrianne, who heals 22,222 HP per key sphere, and then 22% chance to crit and dodge. I mean, like 22% is not a lot, but it's better than nothing, right? So, she's great on Super Battle, so that's easily done. Now, I took them on Infinite Dragon Ball History event. I took them on the Android stage, and the thing is, that's the stage you can lower attack. And if you can lower attack, dear God, these guys can clear anything. It's like Giants. Giants can clear everything. They just take forever. These girls, similar concept. they'll lower attack enough where they just don't take any damage, especially with Rosie stacking defense. And then even with Kakunsa, she's raising attack, so eventually she'll get to a point where she's hitting for 1.5, 2 million attack stats. So she's doing good damage over time. And then you have both the strength Ribrianne and the int Ribrianne. Int Ribrianne is just strictly a huge support unit, right? So and then you have Chi-Chi, who gets 120% defense to Peppy Gals. Like, what the fuck? Like, there was a point where my Rosie had like 500k defense, and she's int, so Physical Cell wanted to hit her with the super, and she took like double-digit damage. Like, yeah, so they're really good. This is why I am still hoping this would be absolutely terrible and the internet would burn. But I really want to see part 2 drop a Universe 2 Peppy Gals like Ribrianne, Rosie Kakunsa, LR with a Peppy Gals lead. And then I could run every Dokkan event, Infinite Dragon Ball history, and just kill everything. Just like that.
Yeah, you could. Yes, you easily could.
So, yeah, overall, my impressions are they're really, really good. Definitely, they're easy areas. So
they're free. Yeah, free easy areas. They're honestly really good. Yeah, they're kind of limited by the fact you have to run them on the same rotation. But let's be honest, you're not going to run them on every other team. You're going to run them on a Peppy Gals team, and you're going to do just fine. So,
alrighty, let's end up for that. This week, is it this week we're getting Topo and Dispo EZA, or is that
no?
later?
It's the 16th. This week we're getting Broly. We're getting Broly this week.
This week's Broly. Okay. And the category to take it down is Siblings Bond.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, all right, be on the lookout for that. We talked about it earlier. We think Super Saiyan 3 Broly is as long as he doesn't lose defense per orb, he'll be fine.
He'll be fine. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wish they give him they made him either support or gave him like some kind of support passive and whatnot, or as well as some kind of like, I don't know, maybe stacking proportion or like Rainbow Key Sphere. Per Rainbow Key Sphere, he gets like 7% crit, so some kind of gimmick on that way to make him a little more interesting. But we'll just have to wait and see what his kit looks like this week.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, but going back to Dispo and Topo, I expect Topo to be pretty amazing. Just because of what his kit currently has right now. It can obviously only get better. Dispo, I'm a little more not optimistic, I guess is the weird right word to use, because and I said this in my video about, who should you pick up with the wish strips, and I gave my top 7 cards, and obviously most of those cards are good, and you pick up whoever you want to in the end. Right. But I don't think Dispo was worth it in terms of my top 7, because regardless of how good his EZA is going to be, he is on 2 categories and technically 8 Super AGL. And that's it. He gets USS team, who already has a ton of characters on it, and he gets special poses. Like, yeah, he's just not going to be run that much. So it doesn't matter how good they make him. He's going to be limited just by his teams. So
yeah, you're right. This because he stacks attack infinitely, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Dodge? Does he have dodge at his kit? He does.
Who,
right?
Dispo? Yeah, Dispo does. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know what else they could do, really, to make him useful. Topo, you just need some defense, and then he'll be okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Just give Topo something. I mean, granted, all you have to do for Topo is just make him greatly raise his defense or massively raise it or whatever for 1 turn. Dude would be fine. That's literally all he needs. But we know he'll get better. So I'm excited to see what Topo does.
That or he stacks defense. One of the two.
Yep. One of those two, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm excited for Topo because he's a really good support unit, especially on USS. Really good. It's just right now it's hard to run him because he just gets hit real hard.
Right.
Alrighty. Well, I guess that's it for main topics. I guess we can go into some questions. So, but give me a minute. I got to break the seal, guys. I'll be right back.
Lord have mercy. I think the questions are under Brad's Twitter. He posted it. Damn. At least he organized it with Dokkan and Legends. There's 71 Dokkan questions and 90 Legends questions. No doubt. Some are troll questions. Oh, Lord have mercy. There's nobody else in here, Panic, so I'm just talking. Too many questions. I'm not reading the Dokkan questions. I'm just here making noise because nobody else is in here right now.
No, I'm here.
Okay. They all left to go urinate or do whatever.
They're just
I'm
taking
back. I'm back.
a break.
Yeah.
Yep, we're back.
Well, I had to take a piss because I'm drinking a lot of alcohol right now. So
I was just like aimlessly talking out loud. To
What are your
myself.
thoughts on alcohol?
It's
consume
good.
it if you're 21 or over.
It's good on occasion.
All right. Okay,
Yeah.
let's hop into the questions here.
Brad organized them under his tweet. Dokkan
Yeah, I
has
see it.
got like 71 and Legends has got like 90. But that's not filtering out all the troll nonsense.
Yeah. I'll look through it. All right, Talon, you good?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay, so let's take a look. How could they implement PvP in Dokkan? They don't.
They don't. They won't do it. It's not gonna happen.
They would have to make it like a whole separate game mode with different programming and like a more like Magic the Gathering or Hearthstone like setup. Which that would totally be cool if they did like a Dragon Ball Legends Hearthstone style game. I've been wanting that for a long time.
Oh, you mean Buchigiri?
Kind of, but still a little bit different. Something like, you know how there's all those clones of Hearthstone, like you have
Yeah.
like all the different versions, like the League of Legends has its version and all various different stuff going on. Something like they had a digital version of the trading card game, but it was only like a tutorial to teach you how to play.
I wish it was a legit game. that I
Yeah,
could
they
play
never
with.
fleshed it out. They really should have, because all the skeleton of the programming was there.
Yeah, I would have probably dropped Dokkan for that.
Yeah,
Right.
like an actual Dragon Ball card game online, like Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh or something. That'd be lit.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ, can you imagine?
Because nobody plays like the physical card game around where I live. I live in a city, but nobody really plays it around here. So it's just like a non-issue. I can't even really get into.
Non-starter, yeah. All right, yeah. Honestly, I don't think they can implement PvP unless they do an overhaul, like Nazarachi said, on their programming and stuff. And the investment to do that, they might as well put it into other stuff. At least in my opinion. I don't think it would be fair for you guys to face me or Truth in a PvP match. Just, I'm being honest, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, everyone in the chat is saying that PvP in Legends is bad, so it would be just as bad in Dokkan. But think about it: if it was like Hearthstone or Legends of Runeterra or Magic the Gathering, then lag wouldn't be an issue because all you do is pick
turn-based.
a card and picking actions and queuing stuff up. It would work in that sense as a card game. But yeah, all
turn-based card game makes sense. Yeah.
the mobile scenario situation in Legends is plagued by poor connection, which again is not as significant of a problem in a strategic card game.
All right. All right. AC Gaming asks, should Dokkan continue dropping LRs for these big celebrations, or do we have too many LRs already?
Wait, say it one more time.
Should Dokkan continue to drop LR for big celebrations? So basically, anniversaries, the million downloads, Tanabata, should they continue to be Dokkan Fest LRs?
You guys know my opinion. I say no. I hate LRs, but I know they're going to because it's all hype and everything. So my biggest thing is just stop making it 10 to 12 featured units in a banner. Make it 7 still.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a follow-up response from somebody that says LRs have lost their value, which I think you would agree with that statement, right, Talent?
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to be really rare cards, and all it is now is a justification to lower the rates. They're good cards. I'm not saying they're bad cards. They're obviously good cards, and they're more powerful than your standard TUR, generally speaking. But yeah, all it is just a reason for them to lower the rates by dropping more featured units in a banner.
Pretty much.
So, personally, after being shafted this fucking hard, no, I don't want to see any more goddamn LR banners. But unfortunately, like,
well, and it's been proven though that I think if you make a card good enough, then you don't need to make him an LR. I'm sorry, I always bring this card up, but hello, I'll use two: SCR Cooler, Physical Beerus. Both of those cards are super good. Cooler, I would say, is better personally, but they are powerful, and I will say they're on most LR's level. Are they on the Blue Fusions level? No, obviously not. But hey, guess what? You can run the Blue Fusions under Cooler. Yeah. So
yeah,
they can clearly make these cards good and not need to make them LRs. They are just suckering the people who still see the big shiny LR symbol on the card and think, oh, I'm going to summon for that. When in reality, hey, guess what? They're just it's literally the excuse that instead of actually physically lowering the rates, they're going to throw in more featured units. That's just what it is. So anytime someone asks me, why don't I like LR banners? That is my reason right there. So give me 7 featured units any day of the week.
Yeah, if anyone asks, like, oh, more featured units can't be that bad, what I just went through should tell you they're that bad. Okay?
Right.
Which, by the way, on a separate rant, there needs to be a pity system. Like, of course, everyone's going to bring up 7 Deadly Sins. Other games have a pity system. Right? Legends and Bandai in general, their games do not have a really... Well, I take that back. I think it's just the Dokkan IP. I think Toei doesn't like the whole pity system because Dokkan, their pity system is the coins. But the problem with the coins is they have to come back before you can use the coins for these units. And then on Legends, let's not talk about Legends. That's a shitty pity system in itself.
They have those red tickets with the yellow star on them is the only pity system they have.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that. But for Dokkan, what I want is the new unit, the new featured unit, put it in the coin shop. Let me only buy one. Fuck it. Make it 2,500 red coins. I don't care. I mean, for the normal player, that seems like a lot, but the point is, that would be, okay, either spend 2,500 red coins to pull this unit guaranteed, or I could try my luck and go on the banner and pull it for first multi or first single. Like, that could happen too, right? So, if anything, for me, it's like, I'll just definitely buy that one. I have, 19,000 coins? I'll buy one. Eventually, I'll run out, but, I'll buy one. And for some people who really are hyped and want to save their coins for a unit, then sure, buy it now, But that's my rant. I just think Dokkan needs to have a pity system. Either trade in 2,500 coins, or you need to summon, I don't know, X amount of multis before they guarantee you that unit. Because going 12k stones, 12.5k stones for 3 copies. Okay, what's the average on that? Like 4k?
Something like that, yeah.
So going 4k for 1 copy is absolute bullshit. Just, so there needs to be a safety net, in my opinion, a pity system, and that's how I would propose it. So, anyways.
1,000 stones is equal to
20 multis.
1,000 chrono crystals, isn't it?
Yeah. So you can do the math and see how it relates to Legends.
So 4,000 stones would be 60,000 or 80,000 chrono crystals.
Yep, not fun. Not fun. Okay, next question. Could you see Dokkan fixing categories anytime soon, as well as links like making Android Assault 10% attack and defense? So when's the last time they fixed the blinks? 2.5 years ago?
Something like that, yeah.
But that was on a big quality of life update, right? I want to say.
Yes. Yes, I do believe, yes. Mm-hmm.
So I think links should be fixed. Like, there's extra you know, Kamehameha should be like a 5% attack link instead of what 800 or 1000, whatever it is.
Whatever that garbage, yeah.
So like, you know, some links need to be fixed. I don't think they'll fix it anytime soon. It will have to be on a big QOL update for that to happen at least. And fixing categories, by fixing categories you mean like adding units. They shown that they sporadically do that. Like the last one was the LR Goten and Trunks.
Right.
To fusions.
Mhm.
But that they came out like 2.5-3 years ago, so
Something like that, and no one really cared. Like everyone looked at it and was like, "Oh, I don't
Yeah.
want them." Okay.
well, one, they're not a good card anymore. I mean, they've aged, so you don't really want to run that card on fusions. So like, you know, that's what I was like. Okay, that didn't. Sure, why not? Okay, let's see. Do you think the Int Super Saiyan Goku who awakens from Prime Battle Goku's medals will get an EZA alongside LR Goku? What Int Super Saiyan Goku? Wait, there's another.
Are they talking about that free to play Super Saiyan God and then goes back to Super Saiyan Goku? Is that what the one they're talking about?
No, they're saying there was a Super Saiyan Goku who awakens from Prime Battle Goku's medals. So.
It's the orb changer, the in Super Saiyan Goku, that orb changer, right?
The same. Oh, you mean in the outfit? No, that one's from.
No. Hang on. They said a Super Saiyan Goku that awakened using the LR Goku medals, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I'll bring it up and I'll post it in the chat. I'll keep talking.
Oh, I see it. I see it now.
Yeah. You see it?
Yeah.
I've always liked that card, and I really hope he gets an EZA. I would love for him to get an EZA.
Yeah, I don't know if he will. I'm sure he will, just not right now. You know, because this is gonna be the LR's like first EZA. You know, like the big unit, the main unit. I'm sure like 6 months later, or a year later, they'll release his EZA. You know.
Right. And if I remember correctly, it should be. I'll post it in the general chat real quick. I believe it should be this card. Double check to make sure I picked the right one.
Yeah, that looks like it. Yeah. That's the orb changer, right?
Yes, the orb changer. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think he will just down the line. So that's a good one. That's a deep cut. I didn't remember that one.
Yeah.
Do you think they are making new categories for some of the Dragon Ball Heroes units, like maybe a Super Saiyan Ginyu, Goku's body, to buff Ginyu Force and Special Pose? Well,
I don't know. I personally just think using Special Pose as an example, I don't think it's worth it because it's just one new unit will not make a team all of a sudden super good and relevant. One thing I know a lot of people like to use is an example of Full Power. But the thing is, Full Power has good cards in it. It just needed some guys to kind of bring it together, which is where Physical Broly came in, and then the STR EZA for Omega Shenron. That kind of like completed it, right? But before those cards, I could still run Full Power. I had to kind of pick between Super and Extreme, and it was kind of wonky a lot of the times, but it at least somewhat worked, and the characters that were on there made sense, and it had time to grow because it was one of the earlier categories. But that's not the case with Special Pose is such a small category right now, and just looking through, the only person I can think to even add on to there is maybe 1 or 2 units from Heroes, and that's about it, right?
Yeah.
That's literally, you can't really add much more to it, so.
Yeah, I agree with you with that. The reason they make the new category, like the concept of them making new categories to add Dragon Ball Hero units for the future, doesn't really hold much credence to me, because you can just make the category later. You know what I mean? With a better unit, like a better lead. Special Pose. We got Rosie and Kakunsa and the Ribrians, but are you really gonna run them together on Special Pose?
No.
I don't think so. I'd rather use them on Peppy Gals or U6 or USS or something like that if I'm going to do a variant. But yeah. Okay, we'll take like 4 or 5 more questions. We'll go another like 10, 15 minutes. What are everyone's expectations for Prime Battle Goku's EZA? Which LR does everyone hope will EZA next? And what are everyone's expectations for said LR EZA? Okay, well that's a lot of questions. So we'll break it down. Prime Battle EZA, what do you think? What do you think he's gonna get in his kit?
I don't know, because they're not gonna make the AGL Super Saiyan Goku irrelevant anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing he's probably still gonna have a bit of a limit to him where he has to face off against one opponent. I think to do everything amazing. Like he'll get obviously a major buff. He'll probably get a % boost finally. He'll get some kind of mitigation potentially, or maybe greatly raises attack and defense on super attack for like 3 turns or something. But I think it's still going to be limited to must be facing off against one opponent to get all these.
Yeah, I 100% agree, because like here's how I describe it. Like with units with multiple names or multiple units with the same name, the best way to make them all relevant is to use them in different situations. So like we'll use Rose, right? LR in Rose is amazing hard hitter single target, right? So if you want to blitz through an event, you're taking him. But we now have the AGL EZA Rose, who like is a defensive unit, but is also support unit. So if you need a more of a tanky support unit, you're taking him, right? So that gives you more options and flexibility to determine the play style that you want, right? So if you're gonna apply that concept to Super Saiyan Goku's, the LRs, the LR AGL is amazing for Super Battle Road, right? Seals, lowers attack, lowers defense, raises defense on his own attack. So like he is made for that kind of style of event, right? Plus he's very fun to run. Now the tech one, they've already kind of pigeonholed him into attacking one unit, but that's good because that restriction means if you're facing off on a Infinite Dragon Ball History event, you're taking that Goku over the other one, generally speaking. If they make his restriction super busted, like he gets base form, 80% attack and defense, just base passive, then gets another 80 attack and defense when facing off against one enemy with a high chance to crit. You know, they can just throw so many crazy things, but the restriction is he's got to face off on one enemy, which is fine, because if you want to face off on multiple enemies, if you can, you're probably going to run the other AGL Superior Bomb Reserve Goku. You know what I mean? So that's my expectation. The second question is, who do you think will get the next EZA? LR. Now, I would like to see the androids, 17 and 18 AGL.
I think that'd be cool. Yeah. I guess I'd go with them. Yeah, I'd say them.
Frieza's, Frieza obviously needs the strength pod Frieza. He needs one too, but the thing is, he was the second Prime Battle LR.
He was the second Prime Battle LR, but the LR androids came out before them.
Right. So if they're gonna go by the timeline, I think that LR androids need it more.
I think androids need it more. I mean, yeah, Pod Frieza is not the greatest or anything, and he definitely has a lot of flaws still. But guess what? You can still run. He at least has a team you can run him on. Yeah. And technically the androids do too. But they like nobody wants to run those guys. Nobody wants to run those guys. No. There have been situations where I could take Pod Frieza and be just fine, even in something like Extreme Super Battle Road, because at least if I can get his 18 key super attack, I'm lowering an attack at least.
Yeah.
The androids, no, they just don't. They can't. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, they need it more, my opinion.
Yeah.
So
they definitely need it more, I would say.
All right. What do you think of exchange units that change typing? So in Piccolo to like strength Gotenks. That would be cool.
Cool. I don't know if they do it though.
That's only cool if they stick with the category meta. If they go back to like a mono or double mono lead or a mono lead kind of thing again, that wouldn't work.
Right.
There would be no reason to exchange them. You know what I mean? So.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean that's a cool concept because you're already changing the kit in altogether. Well, but though that would kind of be weird with the potential system, though. right?
It
Because
would
if
be
you-
it'd be really weird the potential system, yeah. And that's one part where it wouldn't work. And then obviously if you have something like the type super battle road stages, that could potentially not work either.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's
So,
cool. I just think there's going to be a lot of. I don't think it's feasible because there's a lot of issues they'd have to like work out the kinks with. But yeah.
mhm.
Okay. Who would you rate out of all the 120 EZAs that would get the best buff out of them all? I think that's pretty
Best
clear.
wait,
It's
hang on,
super-
the best buff or who will be the best after all the EZAs? That there's a difference.
Yeah. So
who-
I think okay, we'll do both. All right. So who gets the best buff out of them all?
Well,
that's
we
clearly-
hope Broly does.
Yeah.
We
I hope
hope Broly does.
But Super 17 might not be bad because he's not terrible now. But
No, he's not terrible now, but he definitely needs a little bit of help. It's just it's hard to say who's gonna get the best buff because we don't know, right? You could easily get a physical Vegito Blue type buff on a unit that on paper doesn't look that big, but oh my god, it's amazing after you start using them.
yeah, that's true.
Or you could get an AZO Vegito who's just kind of
Meh.
right? So in terms of who will get the best buff, it's hard to say. But I think who will be the best after all of them get their EZAs and everything like that, that's easier for me personally to think of. And it's going to be Physical Cooler.
Yeah, I agree.
It's,
Go
it's,
Cooler.
it's going to be. Physical Cooler is already the best of the 120 leads. Vegeta's second. Cooler will still be the best afterwards. And even if quote unquote Vegeta gets the better buff in terms of an EZA, and all of a sudden he's number 1 and Cooler's number 2 or something like that, guess what? Cooler's on more teams and he can be run under STR Cooler. You run him along with STR Cooler, he's obviously going to be better. So
The downside with the Super Saiyan 4s like AGO Vegeta and Strength Goku is the fact that you have the LRs.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
they already kind of lose value, at least to
Yep.
me.
Yep.
Um,
I mean, Vegeta's luckily been somewhat fine because he at least has defense out the gate already.
yeah.
Or
yeah.
Super Saiyan 4 Goku, whew,
Yes.
yikes.
Yeah. Yeah. Both Super Saiyan 4 Gokus, man. They just need to build that defense, which is not
Yeah.
fun for Super Battle. I can tell you that much. Holy shit. All right. What do you think? What do you guys think of an LR Pride Troopers unit that'll exchange into Jiren with his outfit on and transform via active skill into super full power form?
I think the best thing that comes from something like that is the fact that you don't have to worry about same named units on the team,
Yeah.
right? Like having like Pride Troopers is clearly they're never going to be fighting for a spot on a team, and then he goes into a Jiren and you can run him alongside the STR Jiren / whatever we know eventually LR Jiren will come out eventually. You can run them together if something like that happened. I don't think it could be a Dokkan Fest unit. I don't see that selling well unless this is going to be some kind of side, like maybe the banner between Tanabata and the range of 50 million download celebration. Like maybe some side thing like that. But they'd have to really make it easy to get to Jiren, I think, in order for people to want to summon on that. So
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. Your example is this example here is exactly like Boo and Gotenks, right? So they, well, at least for Boo, right? He exchanges, and then
Right.
you got to wait 4 turns to then
oh
transform.
god, so long.
So I don't know, man. I mean, I could see this happening if it was a Dokkan Fest, but it would have to be a dual Dokkan Fest. That's the only way I see it for them to make it work. It can't be a singular Dokkan Fest in like September or October kind of deal, you know?
Right.
I don't know. I see it happening, but yeah, I don't think it would be an LR card, to be honest. I think if it was just Pride Troopers, like a joined forces Pride Troopers card that then exchanges into Jiren, then he has an active skill like on the next turn to go super full power. Like I think that would be good.
Right.
So, okay, let me see. Y'all gotta tell truth. Y'all gotta tell truth and have an intervention. Homie, gotta stop something on that banner. Well, yeah.
I think the intervention needs to be stop trying to rainbow everybody first banner that comes out.
Yeah. I mean,
And,
honestly,
and we can throw you in there as well for that intervention.
well, the thing is, okay, after this banner, honestly, I'm just gonna go for my 2 dupes and bounce, and I think I'm gonna cap it at like 5K. If I hit 5K, and that's it. And if I'm fucked out of luck, then whatever, because we have coins now. If I didn't
Right.
have coins, then yeah, I'd keep going. That's what I mean by like I feel like we haven't hit top grossing consistently for the last 8-9 months is because we have coins and people are factoring that into their summoning patterns. But that's just me. It's my conspiracy theory. I could be right. I could be wrong. Who knows?
Right. No, I definitely agree with that. So
Okay, let's see. Do you think they should or not or later add old EZAs and Vegito Blue Rose to the general pool because they're never on banners beside anniversaries? So this is what I was saying. Because they're older, they're Dokkan Fest cards, so they'll never be general pool cards. They've made that super clear. Because we've had shittier, older Dokkan Fest cards on every banner, and you're like, why are they here? And it's because they're Dokkan Fest only, right?
right.
My suggestion is take the ones that have EZ8 and make them a perpetual banner that you could just summon on. And that would be more enticing for people who are missing a unit or who are a newer player. If you are missing a unit and that banner's there forever, they will forever be in the coin shop. And they're already more or less discounted, right? They're not 500 500 coins. They're what, 200, 300, 400 coins? Something like that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I don't see why they don't do that, personally. But they see value in having it there, and they think they make more money of it. It's whatever. It's whatever makes them more money at the end of the day. If by doing what I suggested, Gate earned them one more, like 100 more yen, they'd fucking do it. You know, like let's be real. These are greedy companies. Whatever's gonna increase their bottom line, they're gonna do it. But if they think nope, they crunch the numbers, are like, no, we're not gonna make any more money of it, they won't do it. Just bottom line.
Right. No, I definitely agree with that.
Okay.
Sometimes they have a hard time understanding that less can be more, though. I will say that. Like,
Okay, I absolutely agree with you. So that's definitely a problem they have. But you can always bank on what you can more or less predict what they're going to do based on how it affects their bottom line initially. But to your point, Nas, yeah, sometimes doing less is better because it instills goodwill with the community, which then, you know, makes them want to spend more down the line, just not immediately. They don't really factor that in per se. But yeah. I'll take a couple more and then we'll just call it here. What category leader would you want to get an EZA first?
I can't even think about that right now because we're still in the 120s, so I'm not even gonna think about it. So I mean, okay, I take that back. STR Gohan,
Yeah.
Ultimate Gohan, STR. There, boom, done.
Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, because I love that card. But he's just... Oh my god. Actually, I want them to change the animation, but they won't, so that means we just need a new card. So,
True, very true.
Alright, well, yeah, STR Gohan definitely needs it. God, wasn't he the third? Wasn't he right after Gogeta and Omega? I think he was, right?
Yeah, I believe he was. Yes.
Yeah, he needs a lot of help. Like, a lot of help. Okay, let me scour through here, see what pops in my mind here. Other than Hit and transforming Majin Buu, which Dokkan Fest has been a major disappointment?
Which Dokkan Fest unit has been a disappointment?
Like banner, yeah, release.
Pretty much anything since year 4.
Android 13? Like,
Android 13 was the bad banner. This banner currently.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I'd say those two banners are probably the top ones in terms of disappointments.
yeah, because like Android 13 wasn't a hype unit, nor was the banner like super good. You know, like Super Saiyan 2 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Majin Vegeta were terrible banners, but the units themselves were hype, and I still enjoy playing with them. But like the banners were terrible, so like you have to balance that out. But like, yeah, the units are hype. But you have to go through the shafts to get those. Well, Android 13, it's like, yeah, I don't want to even touch that banner because I don't care about Android 13. I know there are Android 13 fanboys out there. I'm sorry I offended you, but I don't give two craps about him. So, yeah, all right, I guess. I mean, of course, there are like a ton of other questions. We've gone through a lot of stuff. I didn't think we'd go through 2 hours worth of stuff, but we did. Sorry we didn't get to the rest of those questions, but yeah, I think it's time to move on to Legends.
Yep, definitely.
Brad, you here?
You might have to ping him. He said he was gonna go eat, but
Okay.
it's been like 2 hours, so.
Well, either way, it should be a 5-minute break before we start Legends, so hopefully people can get in and get ready, and then Brad can come in and host the rest of the podcast.
Yeah, as long as he just let the stream go on his channel, we could be doing all types of devilish stuff to just ruin his.
Oh, we easily could.
All right. Well, in that case, at whatever hour it is, 06, we'll come back. I'm gonna go grab a drink, guys, and we'll see you in a bit.
I'm eating noodles. Don't worry, it's not going to turn into ASMR.
I'm here, by the way. We'll be back in 1 sec. whole lot to talk about, but we are back.
We got a
Appreciate you
dip.
guys.
You've been drinking. You can't drive nowhere.
I gotta clean up the house, dude. Fuck.
There you go. Fair play. Let me go back. Let me go to my stream real quick. Okay, Legends Podcast starts with cancer. Time number 4. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's about where we're at. What are our topics? I mean, it's not going to change anytime soon. What are the topics for tonight? Super Warriors. Go ahead.
I forgot to add the whole Z Shop exchange for Zenkai Souls.
Okay, we can just talk about. Actually, we'll start with that then. How's that?
Yeah, because holy crap!
It's bullshit, dude. It's
like
straight up horseshit. Well, when I was on stream, I went across it and I was like, "Oh, this is what I'm talking about." And then all of a sudden, I was like, "Wait, 50 for one?" Like, what?
I saw one person who wasn't upset about it, which was our good buddy KC Scott, and
Well,
he
yeah.
has like 3.2 million medals.
Even then,
He's
what does
the
that
only
finish? 2 Zenkais? Not even?
Yeah, he's the only person I saw who was not complaining about it.
Nah,
Because
bro.
the exchange rate is awful.
It is horrendous. Holy shit. Okay, look, Brad, how many Z medals did I have? Like 1 million?
Yeah, like 1.1 or something like that.
Yeah, like, and okay, I probably spent 300K in like equipment.
If I randomly
you know,
start coughing, I'm smoking a cigar. So.
Okay, so you're not dying. All right, you're not infecting people with COVID. Got it. So, okay, let's say I didn't use the 300K on equipment. I still only have 1.4 million. That's only enough to do like 1 Zenkai. That's making the assumption that I don't like do co-op, and I think that's why they made the goddamn exchange rate so terrible, is so that they could force you to co-op or give you more of an incentive to co-op.
That's exactly what I was about to just say. Is the exchange rate is specifically designed with it being like, oh, you need like 10 or 20 of them? Okay, buy them here, but still play the game to earn all the rest of them. Like,
Yeah.
It's like your last resort or a little mini top off. Like, they don't intend for you to get all of your Zenkai souls for a character from that shop. No way.
Which, from their perspective, it makes sense because you don't want to diminish the value of your co-op system. Like, I get it. But fix your fucking co-op system then, because it's absolutely utter fucking trash. Because
You good there? I had a
dude,
stroke middle of it.
I'm still drinking, so well, I'm just saying, like, it's so terrible that they can't even put in on the beginning of the anniversary, you get to play with a UI Vegito Blue. Like, why can't they just implement that UI system if someone drops? Like, why, when Brad and I were farming, we're clearly connected to each other. He's not that far away from me, you know, Arizona, Cali, not that far, and we're both on Wi-Fi, but we still drop the fucking connection. It makes no goddamn sense. So fix your shit, man. Fix your goddamn game.
Well, that's the problem. Is they want all these things to take act and do this, and it's like, it's in your guys' court, man. Like, we defended you for like a year and a half, and just kind of like said, "Oh, this is fine, not a big deal." You keep making it worse. Like, I can't keep saying, "Oh, this is not a big deal." Like, it's just little tiny things. There are some things that are positives. I use that Super Warrior team today. The Super Warrior team is a monster. It is
half of the team that
it's still really pretty solid, honestly. Even at like 2 stars. Hold on, real quick. There's a donation I want to talk about. So $5. Do you guys think adding double defense supports for each main tag, i.e., 50% at 2 stars, to 100 to 120% at 14 stars, would help the meta not be as oppressive? I don't know. It'd probably be super duper OP, because then the people at 14 stars who have 120% on both their defenses would never fucking die.
Yeah, King Ed Games started that meme on Twitter where they have blue stars going after red stars and want to smack them for it. For even encouraging them to add a blue star system.
And thank you
I
for the
love
$5, Callie. I appreciate you.
I have nothing against Ed, but I want to smack him for trying to put that idea out there that they add a blue star system. No.
The only way that they're gonna fix this meta is it's either shut down combos, so like Zenkai 3 Boo with strike cards, or you're gonna have to start getting sustained damage cut that cannot be cancelled. That's the only way. They put themselves in a really bad spot.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, I mean, they're literally they've made a unit that's uncounterable to try and get top grossing, and now it's like, well, fuck, we counter this. Like,
Yeah,
you
I
succeeded.
feel
Like,
if it seems so short-sighted when they made them, it's like we just gotta make them good.
they really are very.
Why?
I think we've learned they're very short-sighted, dude. Like, they make a decision, and then a week later they're like, oh god, that was a bad decision. How do we fix it? It's
They come months after looking for a fix, and sometimes it's good, but I don't know. I just wish they would think a little bit further ahead with this, because now it's like, look, you made a PvP gacha game. The only way to get people to spend money is if the next unit is better, and look what you did. How are you gonna make anyone top this dude?
What do you guys think about this? Blue Star. This is some Spider. Blue stars are coming. Yellow is Super Saiyan. Red is for God. Blue is for Super Saiyan God. Super Saiyan.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Ed, no, stop. Fuck you. Don't put that thought in their heads.
Oh,
I know,
man.
dude. Toshi's reading that like, whoa. See, that's
Like, you
fucking.
can only buy it. You can only buy it with Z coins, which means you got to spend harder to get more Z coins.
Bro. Oh, we all goof, but it could very well happen. Hold on.
Then
Yeah.
the free-to-play players will be even worse off because your road.
I don't even know if you could be worse off as a free to play in this game, dude.
Your road from 1 yellow star to 21 blue stars would just be hellacious.
The only thing I could think of, like, okay, look, I know we're talking hypothetical, and it sounds fucking terrible, which it is. The only way I could see them doing this, giving you like beyond 14, like beyond red, go to blue or whatever color you want to put in.
Like 4-year anniversary, 5-year anniversary.
Well, with that, but they would have to give a super slow drip way for free-to-play players to do it. So the only other way I could think of this happening is if they gave you like 100 Z power or like 20 Z power, for example, on the daily login. Instead of 10 chrono crystals, it's 20 Z power, it's like all this other stuff. To then like, hey, if you really want to get that yellow Super Vegito from 14 red to 21 blue, you gotta dump all this Z power into him, and like here's the way you could do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, again, I'm not advocating for this to happen, because already it's a fucking goddamn mess as it is. But if they were to do that, they would need to implement something to give a small, like, little piece for free-to-play players to like feel like they're making some kind of progress or advantage. And that's the only way I can imagine them doing it.
One sec. I got a $10 dono from Hell. I appreciate you, dog. I'll be there soon enough. I don't know if this has been a thing, but I just began PvP this anniversary. And did you know there's an effing kids who can hexadecimal edit the game? Went up full 14-star fusion. Yeah, it's been a thing for a while, man.
Yeah, I made a video about that, like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 months ago.
But
Like,
does it scale? It
specific
scales their
hexadecimal.
stats, right? It does their stats, or does it do...
Yeah, it does everything. It's just Game Guardian. It's just temporary, but they're able to confuse the
crazy.
server with false information. Basically, the only thing that's 100% secure that's on a closed server in this game is the store and the purchases and the summon. Outside of that, everything can be messed with in some way or another. But
So, basically, yeah, it's been a thing for quite a while.
yeah,
It does suck too, like, but no, Laura, I agree with you 100%. Like, if they just something simple, like, you can't expect free to play players to play this game for a couple years to get a unit that then is outdated in a week or two. Like, that's just not that's not fair. I mean, even look, Kefla is still really good, but she feels weak as hell compared to Zamasu. Am I wrong? Like,
you combo Kefla with Vegito Blue, and you have like an unstoppable.
that's still
duo.
powerful, yes. But compared to, like, when you look at your fusion units, it's like I'm running out of space now. Like, if I had Yellow Vegito on my main account, after using him on my second, I wouldn't use Kefla. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But it's like, she only came out like a month ago. So these units come out, they kill the entire meta, and then they just get killed off. And it's like these kids who are chasing these units, who are trying to get these tickets, like we were talking in the middle of the break there, Nas. They're trying to get these tickets to get these units from this thing that they don't even update. Then they're trying to do that, and it's like, bro, it takes them a year and a half to get that many tickets to get it, and those units are invalid now. Like, it's just, I don't know. That's where it's crazy to me. So you're right, Nalar. They need to have some kind of system to let free-to-plays kind of partake. They don't have to be exactly on par. They're not going to be on par. Pay to win is a thing. That's why it's a thing. But, yeah, like,
I mean, Yeah, so just to make it clear again to people, like why free-to-play players matter. This is the hierarchy of PvP playing games, especially around gachas. You have your pay-to-win whales, right? They need to beat the shit out of free-to-play players to make them feel better. And if you don't have free-to-play players because the game doesn't cater to them in any capacity, they leave. And what happens to the whales? They fight each other, and they don't like fighting each other. They want to rather beat up on free-to-play. They just leave the game too, so the game dies. So that's why, like, when I play my gachas, I always advocate for good systems implemented for free-to-play to feel happy and content with their gameplay, right? Because if they leave, then the people I get to beat up on, or anyone else beats up on, are gone, which means there's no reason for me to stick around.
Yeah, I can't beat Goresh, bro. Like, that's not fair. Like, I gotta have people to fight, like...
Right, so... I'm just saying, like, that's why when people ask me, like, why do you care about free-to-plays? Because I want to beat them up, and if I want to beat them up, they need to stick around. So,
well, I also, like, I want them, like, if they have a, like, if you're kick-ass free-to-play, that's dope. Like, that's super dope. Like, I really actually respect, like, people who are super good at the game and are free-to-play. I don't know, maybe I just think that's super cool, but I don't know. You do what your thing is. I used to be free to play in Dokkan, and I hated it with a passion. So it's like, I hated it so much making a video and being like, hey guys, we'll summon again for cooler next week. Like, I hated that.
Yeah, but. So I'm just saying, like, yeah, I know, free-to-plays, technically you guys are benching bags, but the thing is, you like, as much as you guys complain about the whales and the pay-to-win players, they are supporting the fuck out of the game. With monetary value, you guys are giving them your your time, which is converted for their metrics to be like, hey, advertisers, like, give us more money because we've got a ton of people watching our games. Granted, Legends doesn't do adverts and all that stuff, but I'm just saying in general, having the metric of people playing their games consistently is a good metric, and that's what free-to-play players are. And you have your pay-to-win, pay-to-play players who are, you know, monetarily supporting the game. Like, you need both aspects. If you don't have both, then you're down. The game is done. So this is why, personally, I felt like nothing was good for both sides of the player base. You know, so that's why I was like, you know, I'm done, and that's why Brad is now enjoying the fruits of my labor.
Yo, pass that over to me in a couple weeks so I can.
Bro, like, it's not even fun to make videos on it. Like, people just talk so much shit, and it's like, I didn't choose this. He gave me the fucking account. I wasn't like, please, no LARP. Please, I need it. Like, I didn't.
You picked me first, but I was asleep all day, so you logged in.
You know, it's actually true. I was like, hey, Nas, you want to play with this? And then he didn't respond to me, and I was like, all right, Brad, you want it? And you're like, yeah, dude, yeah.
I was asleep, all right?
No, dude, it's sometimes, hey, I'll pass it over to you, Nas. Don't worry. You'll get it at some point so you can test him out. It's crazy.
Yeah. But you know what's funny? When I watch your videos, it's like, I thought he'd be happier.
No, dude, I feel like I'm cheating on I've put in so much work to my account. I feel like I'm cheating on my account.
Like a cheat, bro.
Yeah, no, it's like literally, I sit there and I'm like using these units and I'm like, oh, I didn't plan on having these units till like 2021, bro. Like,
the best part about your videos, I know we're getting sidetracked here, but the best part of your videos is when you're like, okay, this is E7 cooler. He's not gonna do that much damage. You do a strike card. You take like,
dude, like,
guys down.
Well, because my brain calculates what my account does. So I sit there and I see a Z3 coming off of this. I don't have LF Frieza doing all this different crazy stuff, and I'm like, all right, we had like 40%. He does like 95, and I'm like, what? Okay, never mind. It makes a difference, man. It makes a big difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and saying I could have refused the account. Bro, when you make content on a game like this, no, I couldn't refuse the offer of being able to make videos on 14-star units. I don't really care about using them. I don't play PvP unless I'm making videos on it. But it's like, I couldn't turn that down for videos. No, like, at no point am I going to have a Super Vegito at 14 stars, probably. 2025? I don't know. Like, I don't spend...
I got mine to 7 stars, just pulling him incessantly instead of Vegito Blue.
Yeah, but now you got to double that. Like, do that again, but with more LFs being added to the game all the time. I don't know, it'd be like a while.
The first 7 stars is what, 4,000 Z power? Then you need like 5. You need more than half of it. Like, it's even more
like
than
2/3. So you get to 7 stars like a third of the way, and then the last 7 red is like 2/3 of the way. I don't know exactly, but that's what it feels like.
It's similar. It's very close to that.
I will
Yeah.
do. It is a monumental leap. Like when you have like a 6-star, it's insane, and it really
Oh, yeah,
opened
for,
it
like,
opened my eyes to like how
19%
shitty it is.
To like all his stats when you have all those extra red stars.
Well, but
or some
no,
shit.
but like not even just him. Every single unit, it's not fair. Like it genuinely, it opened my eyes to like, because I almost made a bunch of videos on this, and I decided not to because my discussion videos don't do too well. So I was like, I'll just leave. Maybe I'll make some collabs with Goresh or something on talking about it. But like, it's genuinely, you can't be touched until like rank 50, and you're like in the top 10k, and then people actually have teams that can hit you because they're not a properly team build. But literally up to that point, I think I lost 2 matches out of, to my count, 73 matches. And it's because I brought triple greens when I fought Zamasu. And then the other one, I think the kid literally just bodied the living shit out of me. And that was it. But it's like, I'm not that good of a player, and you literally can't be hit. You can't be touched. Like, you take a hit, you take like 6% when there's type disadvantage. It's a different scale.
Yeah, I think the best way to put it is what you said was like you don't care if you get your Rising Rush matched.
It means nothing. It
Yeah,
literally, you can
like-
see how much happier I was with that, because it's like, well, shit, I'm still gonna win, but it's like it doesn't even matter. Like, and even I could take Rising Rushes with like Beerus will eat a Rising Rush from like Zamasu under like 6 stars, easy.
Yeah.
Z7 Beer, it's not even a question. You know you're gonna live it. He could have 3 blast cards. It's insane, man.
Yeah. But that's the advantage. It's the wallet advantage. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah,
It's
there is
big. I don't mind a little advantage. When I think of how the game used to be, I don't mind a little bit of advantage. Like when I fought a 14-star purple Broly one time, right when he came out, and it didn't feel as, oh my god, as fighting like
overwhelming.
using a Zenkai 7. It didn't feel the same way, because I remember using that. It was like the day Broly came out, and I was like, oh my god. And I fought like a 4. That was before people like were known like whales in the community. And it was like, it wasn't that kind of dominance. Now it's literally, you don't even have to, you have to try to kind of lose up until, I mean, you get to rank 50 and you're at like top 10k or so. Then kids really start kicking it into gear. They can actually do a lot of damage. They know how to build their teams, who to swap, where to go, what supers to have, when to swap in on you. That's a whole different story. But before that, there's no, it's competition, but very few and far in between. I don't know. It's just not, it really isn't even fun, if I'm going to be honest with you. It really isn't fun. Like, it makes me more and more love my account that I didn't chase all those things, because now I can still build those kind of crazy teams and feel like success getting like Gohan and Zenkai and stuff. You know what I mean? Do what you do. You like it. Let's do what you do. But it's just not my cup of tea. Same thing with Dokkan. I never wanted to chase all 5 units because I want to have things to pull. This is why, like, look at Truth pulling on this banner. That's why it sucked. It wouldn't have been that bad if he was still pulling new stuff, you know? Like, but every single thing besides the new unit being unusable, that's where it's like, I don't want to be part of that camp. Who knows?
Yeah. Someone here says, okay, I gotta address this, and then I'll probably dip here. I think COVID messed up the anniversary. No, absolutely not. And here's the reason why. They planned this shit months in advance. Even a year. Like in year 1, when the year 1 was ending, they probably had an idea of how year 2 was gonna go.
Oh, easy. They knew it was gonna be Vegito Blue, I'd imagine.
Well, yeah, but the release schedule wasn't the schedule of events wasn't a byproduct of COVID. It's a byproduct of them being idiots and not knowing how to pace their content out properly for an anniversary. And this is what I like in my quitting Legends video. This is what I said is like, look, the anniversary is a time to drop a fuck ton of content. You may overwhelm your new players, but that's also kind of a good thing, because you always know that like, hey, there's a ton of stuff to do, and I'm gonna stay in the game for 12 hours today because I want to get everything done. I want to experience everything. I want to have some fun.
No, it's true. Yeah, it feels overwhelming until like you actually just have fun doing. I don't know. They're really bad with events. Sorry to cut you
Right now,
off.
there's like nothing to do.
Right. So
They should have had those raids going for different bosses like this entire time, bro. Like one after another, after another, after another.
Would have been amazing. Actually, would have been amazing.
yeah, and like they could have done something where they rotated the prizes, or the rewards, I should say, from the raid bosses. So 1 week it's all co-op coins. The next week it's Z power or Z medals or Z coins, because shit, you need Z coins, a fuck ton of Z coins now to get Zenkai souls. Like, they could have done so many things to make it fresh enough and still keep it engaging. But the problem I had was that the anniversary didn't have any of that stuff. And I mean, I guess we're going to talk about the anniversary in general, like the conclusion of it, because it's pretty much done now, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're done. Like,
so like Chance Time 3 and the
woo!
rest.
I'm excited for that shit. I bet you I'm gonna win. I guarantee it right now. I'm gonna win.
Yeah, like Mohammed here is he's like, I'd rather be overwhelmed than underwhelmed.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So that's the problem they ran into, is they spaced the content out so much that we got through it pretty quick, but that was it. And then like, if they want to expect PvP to be the main focus of the content, sure, I get it. That's the main focus of the game. Then fix your fucking PvP, because that is a huge issue that everyone's running into, and obviously the new players are running into that too. So that's why I'm saying, like, they had the opportunity to really hit a home run at it on this, but they just whiffed on everything.
You know what's crazy is I thought the week before we were all saying I hope it's good. I really genuinely thought it was gonna be trash. And I was like, nah, you know what? They're going to come through. And then the first week happened, and I was like, okay, we're off to a really bad start. Like, we now got to pick some shit up. And they were like, well, I mean, you can just have, some more banners if you want. It's like, no, I'm okay. Yeah. I don't know, man. Legends it really was their, they could have peaked. I don't even think they know the kind of potential their game really has. Really and truthfully, the potential that this kind of game has, because the characters are well done, they look good, that doesn't matter. The pull rates are getting better, being at 10% now, fantastic. The free units are getting better with Zenkai stuff. But it's like, if your people don't want to play your game, it doesn't matter how good the game is.
Yep. Absolutely.
If you're gonna dip out, you feel free to. You're good. We're probably just gonna BS the rest of the time. I mean, what are we talking? Oh, Chaozu the god,
I just did a rush ticket summon, and my guaranteed and only sparking was goddamn yellow kid Gohan.
Hey, dude, that's how you get shit on. That is the definition of it. The game picked the most unusable unit from the first banner and gave you that one. Or maybe it was the second banner. I don't know, but
it's rough.
It happens, man.
That's funny.
Okay, so what do we want to talk? Nas, what do you want to talk about? Zenkai Trunks or Chaozu the god?
Dude, their decision making is just questionable all around. Chaozu is ridiculous. The fact that they actually worded that, build the ultimate Chaozu in the it's dude, that is April Fool's level stuff. They have to be aware of that.
I hope they say it's an April Fool's. I just dropped all the ash on me from this fucking cigar. Bro.
Well, with that, guys, it was a good episode. I'm gonna go drink the rest of the night away and my sorrows. You guys have fun.
Have a good one, man.
Yeah, I'm just doing Ultra Space Time.
No,
Rush.
dude, legitimately, it's total, I don't want to say horse shit, because it's kind of funny, but it's bro, not Chaozu. Not Chaozu. You could have had the original Super Warriors, the yellow Tien, the green Yamcha, and the red Krillin get the equipment, and that would have been a million times better than Chaozu.
The audacity is just beyond me. How do they feel that is second anniversary level? What is third anniversary gonna be? Yajirobe?
Dude, I don't know, man. It is kind of funny. It does make me laugh. But it's if they were gonna do that, they should have made him a legitimate god. He should have been the first Zenkai. If they were gonna fully troll with him, go all the way in. I'm down. The first Zenkai Extreme. Go all the way in, I'm down.
Hercule too. Let's do it. Let's do it up.
They could have even made a new Chaozu and gave him that equipment. And I would have preferred that. Not the purple one.
Yeah, I mean...
It would have been bad.
More appealing if it had, a Piccolo and a EX Goku or a EX Roshi. Roshi especially. He needs some love. They could have done, I don't know, man. Because if it's going to be a transforming unit where Roshi goes from skinny to bulk, that is kind of sparking level. I don't know if the game's going to see any EX transforming units. But
why is he not a Super Warrior? Do we know?
What? I don't know.
Roshi.
They made him they made him Dragon Ball Saga and Female Warriors like centric.
Bro, he should have eased. Yeah, he's definitely gonna serve a purpose on that team. I get the goof with that one. But...
And everyone else saying Oob, like you could do Oob, right? I guess like that would be more like.
I mean, he's a human.
Because Oob was like a little kid at the end of Z.
Is Chaozu a human? Do we know? Like, is he like?
I don't think so. He's something else.
And Piccolo's the Mechian.
But like this whole Super Warrior saga that they're pushing right now is clearly in the gap between, like it's right in the Android saga because you see like the Yamcha with the short hair, you see the Tien and his like Cell Saga garb, so it's like right there between like androids and imperfect.
Well, yeah,
Cell.
Krillin is hugging like blown up 16 in his art. Well, helping him up. He's not hugging him. He's actually helping him up. But it looks like he's hugging him.
So it's like right there in that like in the second stage / imperfect cell androids arc. So I mean they could very easily do like a Piccolo, an EX Goku, a Roshi. I mean the Roshi doesn't really fit into that timeline because he didn't do anything in the series. But whatever, who cares? Just give us a Roshi that. Give us the already buff Roshi and just make him like a Super Warrior. I don't know.
I mean, I would take it. I'm in. I don't know.
They could have done 2 more characters, yeah, and then we had the Sparking Yamcha just to be like the green Sparking Ginyu was for the 5 EX Ginyus, and it would have been fine. We just need 2 more units. We have 3, 2 more with different colors, and everything would have been great.
And an easier. Okay, so the grind isn't bad. Like I was able to finish Yamcha's in like a day. I finished it this morning. I got TNs done.
Whatever. All you need to do is get them to 100 Z power, and then you can start multi Z powering.
Yeah,
so
of course. But I mean,
have to grind it. But like,
no, of course,
doing that. But at the same time, like, they're gonna be added to the summoning pool, so I wouldn't spend the 2,000 energy.
Oh God, no. I did like a quarter of it just to get him to 1 star, so I could actually use him in a video, just to see how he was. But I'm not doing the rest, bro. Like,
but even Chaozu with the awakened equipment is stupid. I wouldn't even run him on the team.
He's not
like his whole kit is like geared towards blowing up. Like if I was gonna run Chaozu as a troll team, I'd run him with like Majin, Vegeta, and Android 16 because they all blow themselves up. Like I wouldn't even consider him on the Super Warriors build.
But they do like no damage, dude. Like last time I used 16 to blow up, he did like literally like 30% to a unit, and it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it'd be alright if they gave him like a Zenkai, or just like a Zenkai that just gave it a fixed damage amount or something like 99%. I don't know, something wild. But regardless, like Chaozu is dirt garbage.
Well, yeah, the event was trash. I think we can all agree upon that. It just really was handled bad. It's time gated. You get half a team.
They're pretty dope, but yeah, just give us a Roshi and a Piccolo, or a Roshi and a Goku, like, or a Roshi and even a new Chaozu. I don't care because I'm still not gonna use him.
Oh, I don't like Chaozu, but just for a team buff, I'm in. Whatever.
I'd rather use Puar. I think give it EX Puar or Yajirobe, and I would have preferred either one of them. They could have done that EX Roshi, EX Yajirobe. Boom.
If they really wanted to go all out, are you here, Raiden?
Yeah, I'm here.
Because you keep almost talking, but if they wanted to go all out, what they really should have done is given us like a Tien and a Chaozu dual card, a Yamcha and a Puar dual card, and then like a Krillin by himself who's just like god tier. And he got like a Zenkai or something. He was like a Sparking. I would have liked that way more than this crap. He didn't have to get a Zenkai, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That would have been sick.
Chaozu on a support, like a Broly Chilai style of card setup, and then Yamcha and Puar would be a dope little Super Warriors Sparking banner setup. Like, that would be super cool. But they I don't know, they kind of are half-assing it.
They're just stingy, bro. Like, they're just so
even
stingy.
These units, like, when the Ginyu Force ones came out, like, alright, they were kind of like the hero versions, but they were impressive enough in terms of their synergy and their performance in battle where we kind of look the other way. But these characters too, like, they're just a bunch of copied animations also. Like, there's nothing really new about them.
Well, they didn't even give my boy the Wolfang Fist, bro. He's Kamehameha. It's like, yeah, alright, I get it. You know, he's from the Cell Saga, that's what he did then, fine. But, like, Wolfang Fist is like Yamcha. I don't think of Kamehameha with him. Just like I think of Destructo Disc with Krillin, and I think of Tri-Beam with Tien. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the green Yamcha isn't bad, but he buffs green. If they just changed him to give you like bolt attacks or something, he'd be amazing. But then you wouldn't get Tien, and it wouldn't make sense, and the dynamic and whatever else. But it's just weird, dude.
Yeah, this is another tag that's just in its infancy, and
it'll become monstrous. You can tell. It definitely will be.
God knows the next time they'll add support for it. But yeah, once they get enough characters, it'll be more than just kind of like a temporary gimmick. Because people are running these 3 characters in PvP right now because they're brand new and they're kind of like they're kind of spotlighted. But like once a couple more banners come out, and if we don't get any more Super Warriors, you're not going to see them anymore here soon enough.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, they're going to dip out so quick.
Temporary fling. So if they want this to be something sustainable, they just need to give it a full team and make it competitive, which hopefully they'll do. I don't know.
I'm not holding my breath for it. How's that?
Yeah, it's going to be something that takes a while, most likely. Like everything in this game. I've kind of assigned things in this game like a 6-month turnaround time. Like once they start seeing the community complain about something in mass and large quantities, they might acknowledge it reasonably soon after with like a video and stuff, or like a management letter. But it takes, for the most of the major stuff, or for most of the stuff, it takes about 6 months before you see it in game.
Yeah, I mean, but it's the best thing to plan that like Legends just they just want to tell you stuff to get you enticed, but the problem is they wait way too long to tell you stuff. They're like, hey, this is coming out. It might be a year. It's like, okay, they don't even tell you it's going to be a year. And it ends up just being a year. Like, think about it, we still don't have Super Vegito's equipment, do we? His LF equipment. We still don't even have that. It's been over a year now. We have Goku's, but not his. Awakened.
Yeah.
Is Goku's awakened? I don't know.
They've only Zenkai Awakened Beerus out of the Legends Limited units. There's like the Super Saiyan 3 Goku desperately needs it. Goten could definitely benefit from it. The Red Gohan could definitely use some type of love. But of course, you got to get them to 7 stars before you can even consider it, which for the every player is really just not helpful at all.
Dude, it's like not happening, man. It took me forever to get Beerus there.
Until they come out with their Legends Limited Z-Power, which probably for the first significant portion of its existence will be gated behind money. With after a while, it'll be like, oh, here's now finally a way you can earn some, like 6 months later. But
I will tell you, I've enjoyed the game a lot more acting as a free-to-play. Like, yeah, I've been buying a little bit here and there, but I mean, like, I'm not trying super hard to get to top 10K this season. I don't give a shit. I'm just kind of chilling. I'm not thinking about PvP too much besides videos and whatever else. It is a lot more fun, I have to admit. Like, when you don't... I think that's one of our biggest problems, because we always bitch and moan about all this stuff.
Yeah,
it's like,
we're
because
super involved. Well,
Yeah.
even me, like you, I haven't been playing nearly as much recently. I've been playing the dinosaur game. I've been looking at other stuff, doing other things.
Yeah, it's just,
So-
it's not fun right now.
Yeah, I haven't been super enjoying it, and it's not from any type of salty reason. It's just, it's very samey. I like Grush said in his video, he wasn't too impressed with the anniversary, but I have no intention of stopping playing the game because the core concept of it is quite fun. It's just we kind of got to wait to see where it's going to go. Like right now, it's
Well, they just don't move quick enough. They literally don't move fast enough. That's the problem. You have these. We live in 2020 where these kids want their stuff. Boom, boom. I want it now. I want it now. I want it now. Google gives you a result in half a second, and then we gotta wait 6 months for something. It's like no. Like if you're gonna say something to us, and we're all gonna make videos about it and like get all this hype built up, and you're just gonna wait 6 months, like it's not gonna work.
The biggest offending thing right now they have in direct like dealing with that is the guild stuff that they promised in the video and stuff. Like they said that quite a while ago, like we're gonna be doing a guild update, adding more meat to the reason for its existence, adding potential new game modes to it.
But think about multi Z power too. The multi Z power for LFs. Think about that, dude.
Yeah, that's why Twitter mentioned in the comments. He was like, we need someone to have on Twitter that's from the dev team that communicates more. Like, that's one of the problems with like too much communication, because like now they've told us this stuff, got our expectations up, and clearly it's not ready yet, because otherwise we would have seen at least something. But now I'm just more irritated than anything else, because they've mentioned other game modes and new ways to play, and now the anniversary's come and gone, and we didn't see any of it. So it's like, I don't know, like they have their release schedule, but it doesn't seem like they're super flexible about being able to adapt to stuff like outside of that on the fly.
No, yeah, they don't. No, yeah, like Raiden said, they're very short-sighted. Like, they see this, they go with that. They do this, they see this, they're like, oh wow, okay, people want this. That's it. I mean, think about the new Goku and Vegeta we're getting. It's like almost, it's not identical to the Goku and Vegeta Dokkan just got, but it's like pretty damn close. 2 Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta at the same time,
Yeah, like if all you cared about was pure premium content and characters, then the anniversary was probably amazing for you. But if you actually wanted some stuff to do with those characters besides the very consistent PvP experience we've become accustomed to, then the anniversary was pretty lame.
I mean, I wouldn't even say it was fun if you just like banners. What do we get? Vegito Blue's banner and then PyCon?
Yeah, that part was weak. The PyCon, like that, I don't know, I still don't understand that. Like,
it's so weird.
Who was drunk at their development office that thought that would be a good way to end cap the anniversary? Like, not MUI or something, like not even MUI, but not even like alt UI sign Goku to match the Kefla we already have in game. No, let's go to Kaioken, Super Saiyan Goku, and PyCon. Like, that's ridiculous.
They could have
been over.
It's over in like a week.
Down because the Dokkan anniversary is starting up, and they're not going to want to run in direct conflict with that.
Yeah, I can't help but wonder if this. Well, I mean, the unit codes tell us that they were made much earlier, but I can't help but wonder if the pandemic affected their timeline. So they had some fillers for things that they were developing, and they probably ran out of time or something. So they're like, all right, we'll rearrange the schedule, and perhaps something more exciting is coming out for whatever, I don't know, an event could happen down the line. I know the anniversary is supposed to be the best possible thing, but I can't help but wonder if there was supposed to be maybe a super exciting part 2 that's coming later. I don't know. I mean,
you could definitely be right, and that would be cool, but they could resolve that with that's something that they should have definitely communicated. Like,
I'm looking at it both ways. Like, people were already complaining that there's no Chrono Crystals, and it doesn't matter what they could have released. None of them were going to be better than the step-ups anyway, so I don't know why people are getting, like, overly upset.
Yeah, no, in terms of the banners and stuff, the anniversary was fine. It was just, like in terms of some of the other stuff, like game modes, stuff to do, ways to play, netcode for the actual PvP mode, like, it's all the back end stuff where it's more leaving a lot to be desired.
That Legends management newsletter was good, but I hope they realize don't just give us this, big long essay that gets dumped on us once every like 4 months. What they should be doing is have every 2 weeks you give us a significant amount of info on your roadmap. Like, do it at every PvP reset. I think people will look forward to that. It's like, hey,
yeah, you jump into the PvP screen, it gives you your win stuff, shows you what's coming up, what's doing this. That'd be dope.
Let us know what they're doing. Getting an idea of the roadmap would help a lot, because they tell us like, hey, we got a guild update. Oh, okay, when? So when people this idea that, hey, we got something in store for you guys, it's really exciting, it's coming. When they don't tell us, naturally our brains are just going to assume every little event is going to be when that comes. So everyone has high expectations. It doesn't happen. They get disappointed. They get mad at the game. It's just this infectious cycle of people just going, oh, disappointed. Oh, disappointed. If they let us know what's coming, we could at least know when not to get our hopes up. It's like, oh, 2 weeks from now, in just a few days, we're going to be getting the new UST units. I mean, I'm sure there are people out there that are going to be like, maybe the guild update comes as well. Well, if they had a roadmap that said, hey, the guild update is actually going to come in mid-August, then we can say, all right, I'm looking forward to it. Mid-August, I'm going to get the guild update. But no, everyone's just going to assume it's going to be anytime the game resets. So they need more transparency. They need more communication. I think that's the biggest thing right now, because we just got a big info dump of what they're going to be doing, but we have no real sense of when.
No, I agree, 100%. They've gotten better at being more open, but they're still not good. Like they talk more, but even then, it's still very lacking. I don't know.
Yeah, we just have no concept of what their actual long-term intentions are when they plan to do stuff.
I don't think they know.
They give us vague ideas, you know. Yeah, like you said, or they know, or it's just like they don't have a time frame for it, so they're afraid to say too much, because then we'll get pissed off like I am right now when it's not happened yet. The guild update, like, they shouldn't have even mentioned it yet, or the Legends Limited Multi-Z Power. If it was this far out, they should be mentioning it like right now, when it's much like now it's like 2 months away. Like, oh, tease us about it, you know?
Yeah, it was a mistake for them to tell us in what the Legends and stuff like 2 videos ago, telling us like, hey, we're gonna have a guild update, because we all speculated it was gonna drop as part of the anniversary, and then we just never got it. So everyone's disappointed, because now they had in their minds, in terms of what they expected, they're like, okay, guild update, hype anniversary units, blah 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 blah, hype events, whatever. But it really just feels like all we got was banners. It just felt like another PvP reset. There's nothing really to go home with and be like, hey, Legends did this amazing thing. Like, the one thing I said before the anniversary was, I hope the highlight of the anniversary is improvements to the game and not units. But instead, what happened? We're just complaining one unit. That's all we're getting.
Yeah.
It's just the same complaint. It's like, damn, this dude is way too annoying to face. That's it. No one's saying, oh, Legends, you did a great job with the connection, or oh, Legends, you did such a great job with the events that you gave. Instead, it's Legends, you gave us no events, and you just gave us a couple banners.
Yeah, that's why I circle back to what I said earlier. Like, if all you cared about is the banners and the premium units, and the anniversary was great for you, but if you wanted some substance or some game modes or stuff to do, then you were probably pretty disappointed, like most of us.
Okay, do you guys want to jump on to Zenkai Trunks?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm going to be honest. I really like the unit, and I think people should be like the first couple of Zenkai units. Okay, they made them like, I don't know what their thought process was. I guess they just wanted to milk it for as much as they could. But I think this is a better direction for Zenkai. It's cheaper. You don't have to worry about them being ridiculously OP, and they're good. Trunks is really good. It's just the meta is not good for him. That's it. Honestly, if you bring Trunks in after Vegito Blue has used his green card, he'll tank it. I've had no issue with Trunks tanking the damage. My only issue with him, if I had to sprinkle a little change on him, don't let his 40% cover cut be cancelable. That's it. He has another 20% one as part of his 4th passive. Okay, that one can go, but not the 40%. At that point, you're fine. He's really good.
Was it you that said in the group that they don't even look at the meta? I think it was you.
Yeah.
Because
So
they
I
literally
said,
don't. Like, they don't even pay attention to it. Like,
Yeah, Pycon and Red Trunks right now are pretty indicative. Like, they should have Zenkai'd Buhan or GT Kid Goku Super Saiyan 1 or, like, I don't know, any other relevant green or neutral color to Vegito, but instead they dumped 2 red units on us.
Yeah, it didn't. It seemed just so incredibly out of touch. Because, I mean, there's no way that they didn't think that Vegito Blue is going to be the best unit in the game. There's no way they didn't think that, he's going to be... They know that they have to make their anniversary unit the best unit. So it's stupid for them to release a bunch of new reds right after and be like, I think they're going to do okay. It's like dropping like a bunch of toddlers in an ocean. Like, well, what do you expect, dude?
Yeah, yay, Pycon,
Jesus.
yay, Zenkai Trunks.
Fucking dark.
Like, what did you expect, dude? Stupid. Like they just got washed. That's it. It's done.
No, it's 100. I agree with you 100%. Like,
But I think it's more of a testament to just how. It's just a testament to just how dumb that unit is. Honestly.
oh,
I've never
100% too. I
seen
agree with
him
that.
do everything. I feel like every podcast is gonna go back to this, but he just does everything. There's no flaw to Vegito Blue. He does everything. They did it.
Yeah, he has no drawback, like at all.
Yeah, here you go. You wanted an all-in-one unit. This is him. I've been like farting around with this dude. You can put him on any team and he's good. He will make any. If you have a like negative F tier garbage team, put Vegito Blue. It's there. You're now S tier. There you go.
Dude, I tried Super Warriors today. I tried Yamcha and Tien with Vegito Blue, and it was actually pretty good. Like,
It's stupid. It's really. If one unit can carry this much weight, then maybe you should think, hey, this is a little too much.
You just use Yamcha's lock and then bring Vegito Blue in, and they're screwed.
Yeah, it's over. That's it. You won. Sprinkle a little lock in, and it's over. Honestly, go run Red Vegito, go run Yamcha, and then for some reason put Vegito Blue. You won. That's it.
yeah, it's weird because you look at Kid Goku, and I would say Kid Goku is a little bit overwhelming, but he's nowhere near that scale. It's wild the difference. And I understand one's an LF and one's a free one, but one's a Zenkai 7, 14 stars, 1400%. On top of Vegito Blue at 2 stars is still better, and that's where it's crazy to me. Like the best free to play unit in the entire game, unequivocally. It's not even question. I would say Kid Goku's better than Trunks personally, but and Vegito Blue just craps on him at 2 stars, like it's nothing.
Yep. He is just leaps and bounds better than everybody else. He just the gap between. It's like like Usain Bolt and every other sprinter. Usain Bolt was just so good that he just squashed everybody. Just that sheer dominance, just that good. He's just that guy. He's just going to be that good, and he's going to be, unfortunately, meta relevant for a long time because I would like to think they realized they done goofed and that this dude is too good. But the issue is, the only way to beat a guy that's this good is to release somebody that's better, or release someone that I know we're all going to hate. It's only going to go one of two ways. They either release a dude that shuts down combos. So, Kefla. No, not Kefla. It's too late. My brain's not working. Kale. When she swaps in, she kills 2 cards. Well, what if they start releasing defensive units that just kills all your cards? Or they release a unit
but would it change anything? He draws cards that he benefits from, and he gains key. Would it change anything?
No, that is true. But if he comes and hits you with a strike card and you pop in, just kill them all. It's over. Or lock them all in. Or just do... They're going to find something to shut them down.
Real enemy cards prevent enemy from drawing new cards for 3 timer counts.
No, just lock them all. We laugh, but honestly, that's what they usually do. They release a unit that's dumb broken, and then just a little bit down the line, they release a unit that counters them pretty damn good. And then it just changes the dynamic of the meta because we're like, damn, this dude is just really damn good. And it just becomes annoying. So they're swinging super hard to super hyper offensive units right now. So Kefla, Go Tanks, Vegito Blue, they're all going to be super damn strong. And then guess what? They're just going to swing the other way. They're just going to make stupid defensive units. Oh, you can't cut my sustained damage cut. I'm going to take away your key. I'm going to block your cards. I'm going to kill your cards. That's just what they're going to do. And we're all going to get annoyed because it's like, okay, I don't know when to drop combo. And then no matter what you do, you just get shut down. And then matches go on for so long. And this rodeo happens so many times.
I hate dropping combo in this fucking game. I hate it so much.
It's just so tiring. And then I see you guys in the comments saying like, Zenkai 7 or Zenkai 3 Blue is a counter. And I said that. I made a tweet saying, hey, Vegito Blue is going nowhere. I highly recommend you guys save your Chrono Crystals so you can have at least a viable counter. Like November, when goodness knows when he shows up again, Blue's banner, have 3 to 4K ready just in case you want to deal with him. But the thing is
that's November.
It should take a Zenkai unit to counter this.
Well,
dude.
That too, yeah.
It's just because Toshi said it himself. the Zenkai units are for incredibly hardcore players. Not everyone is hardcore. Some people just want to pick up the game, wander on the toilet, play for 10 minutes, and just be done. Nobody wants to, like, finish work, stress day at work, come play, and then it's just Vegito Blue. No one wants to deal with that. And no one wants to be like, all right, I got to fork this extra money for Big Chungus to shut him down.
No, I do. I'm 100%. I know. I 100% agree with you.
I hate this meta. I can't emphasize how much I hate this meta. Honestly, I would rather the Holy Trinity, the hybrid sands, the android tankiness. I would rather the regen meta as well. All of that crap over this meta. I hate this.
Honestly, it might have not been too bad if they released like 2, 3, maybe 4 characters who were all on the same level of him, and none of them were Legends Limited characters.
No, I would not want that.
Ridiculously break the game instead of just one.
I wouldn't want that. 5
I mean, that's
minutes.
where it's going regardless. You might as well hit them with like multiple options at once instead of just now. This is all we see. Like if they did like Gogeta Blue and Vegeta Blue, well, they would both be fusions, so that would suck. If they did like MUI Goku and Vegito Blue for the anniversary and split it, so there was just 2 ridiculously OP, at least 2. I mean, more than 2 would have been better, and then not Legends Limited because then they're stupid rare.
Well, but see, that's the problem with this game by nature. You look at something like Dokkan, everybody's like, "Oh, Dokkan is so much better." Bro, if Dokkan had PvP, you would never beat Nolar or Truth or Goresh. Like, it wouldn't happen unless you were them. Like, Truth could beat Goresh, Goresh could beat Truth. That's it. So it's like, with a game like this, there's no way to go up and get people to buy the units without making them OP. And that's the problem. We all knew that the second Broly came out. Like, the second Purple Broly came out, we knew we'd be in this predicament. I just didn't think it'd be this fast. Like, I don't know. 2 years just doesn't feel long enough to be at a point where the game feels like it's capped, you know? Like, you're hard capped with Vegito Blue.
Yeah, this is too much power creep for 2 years.
Yeah, like this is like a 5-year type unit.
I don't know. The whole thing is just he feels like an end game.
It
like
does.
He feels like the unit you'd release if your game dies in about 2 months. You're like, who the hell cares? We're gonna shut down anyways. Here, he does all these things, and you're like, damn. I really get, you know what I mean? Like it's like when you beat an old classic game, they just give you a bunch of like OP weapons. You're like, oh, this is fun. Like,
yeah, the GoldenEye cheat codes.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the Golden Gun from GoldenEye. Here, you just one shot everything. Who cares? Well, that's what Vegito Blue feels like. I don't know. It sucks. This meta sucks. It's terrible.
I don't think the next meta is gonna be. I don't know if we're gonna get to a next meta. When's Vegito Blue's meta end?
There's just so much RNG in this game that this shouldn't happen. You should not let a unit capitalize on chance this hard. Like, no one can convince me and say that, Perfect Vanish is like this a beautiful, complicated, strategist thing that people do. No, it's completely random, and I hate it because it just makes people want to play passive. We complain about it all the time, people sitting back, fishing for PVs. It's because if you make one mistake, you lose someone. That's how it is all the time. I hate it. That this one unit redefined the meta and everyone's playstyle. He's annoying. It's the worst.
Yeah, it should at the end of the day, I think, like you said, it could be more like Dragon Ball Fighters, where generally, in most cases, you need like 2, 3, more often like 4 or 5 combo strings to fully kill 1 out of the 3 of their characters. Now, of course, that can change if you're using like the Sparking Blast, like the X Factor mode. But under normal circumstances, you don't just mess up once and lose a character. Like that's a little extreme. Like,
yeah, that's where I get upset with the meta because it's boring. Like you let's say because I hate those slow matches. I hate them. So I'm always like, all right, I'm gonna attack, dude. I'm tired of this. And then you get a PV, then you're like, well, I guess I lose. That's usually how the conclusion goes. They throw a blast card here and there, throw a strike card, go mid range, then they go back because they're just trying to farm a Dragon Ball. So when they do finally get lucky and they combo you for like 30,000 cards, they have the Rising Rush. So you're like, oh crap, I gotta swipe. I gotta change to someone that can handle all this damage. I'm gonna lose somebody. Doesn't matter. Rising Rush, you lose.
Well, see, here's the thing. Here, maybe I read the whole new Zenkai, how cheap it is. Maybe I read it differently. I read it as they're forcing you to Zenkai now to make you competitively viable.
No,
That's how
they're
I
just
read
it. Well, because it's only the first one, we can't conclude just yet.
Yeah, I agree with that.
My optimistic side is hoping that they're just trying to make it more available, but also make it less impactful. But my realistic side is saying, like you said, you need a Zenkai to be meta relevant now.
Well, yeah, because I mean, like, who competes? Who are you? Are you using Green Piccolo? The OG one to tank, or are you using Boo? You using Buhan or using Fat Boo? Like, I mean, guess I don't know how good Red Goku is. I imagine he's garbage in this meta because Red. But
I'm very scared for November though, because everyone is just going to Zenkai 7 Beerus and Majin Buu. That's it. Why people?
I mean, how many people have Beerus though? Like 15% of the player base, 10%. At 7.
It's 100% true. You're not wrong. But of those that have it and didn't before, now they will. And the same thing with Boo.
But where's the power creep going to be from then? What's going to happen? We got 5 months.
That's what I mean. I don't know what they're going to be doing. That's the problem. Once they see everyone running around with these tanky greens, they're going to be like, damn.
You know what they should have done with Vegito Blue? All they had to do, they should have given him, but they should have given him, 2 blast cards instead of holding 2 strike cards. On top of every time he used a blast card, he lost 5 ki. I feel like that would have balanced him enough that his strike is absolutely dominant. But then with Zamasu there, you don't want to pop blast cards on top if you lose ki. Maybe that's not enough. I don't know. But I could talk about what they should do a million times over, what they should have done.
If they dropped him gaining ki on strike cards and drawing another one, I think I would have been more okay with him. But it's just, or if that only happened one combo, I'd be okay with it. But it's every damn time.
Dude, I thought that when we talked about that in that first podcast right before he came out, I was like, oh, okay, so he gains 2 cards the first time. And then I remember Gresh being like, nope, it's every time.
Yeah, so I thought it was one combo as well. The way I read it, I was like, there's no way it's every time. Otherwise, it's stupid. And lo and behold, it's stupid. He does it every time. It's so dumb. That's why I don't want a Vegito Blue. I don't want a UI Goku. I don't want a Jiren. I don't care. I don't want them because they have to make them stupid. Stupid good. The hypest unit has to be good. I don't even want to know what they're going to do with Vegito Blue. Watch it be the same damn thing as Vegito Blue, but with blast cards. Oh, he used the blast card? Hey, here's another blast card.
Here's the problem with that is the popularity of the units. I mean, you're never going to summon for a TN more than you're going to summon for a Vegito Blue, right?
Oh, yeah. They got to make... problem. They're going to make him really damn good just to go along with him being really damn hype. But my only issue is...
Same team.
Really damn good. The bar is set pretty damn high now. Vegito Blue is really... He's so good, they had to redefine what a good unit is in terms of tier lists. That's how good he is.
Yeah,
that's
a different tier. Yeah, he's totally different tier. People can put him in Z tier, but he's Z plus tier.
He's just so much better than every this. Here's this pool we have of Z tier units, and then we have Vegito Blue. If we put Vegito Blue in the same pool as them, it wouldn't make sense. So they kicked everybody else out. That's how good he is. It's just so dumb.
I think the worst part is all the units that I could see. I don't want to say being a counter, but being on his level, fit on his team. UI Goku, any kind of Zamasu, Rose, anything like that. Jiren, they all fit on his team. Vegito Blue, Beerus, Whis.
Yeah,
that's how Dragon Ball is, though. Think about who's the strongest in Dragon Ball. It's Fused Warriors and Gods.
Yep. So Godki will be the tag with the most potential forever. It's the most
easy.
Yeah, that's why when Gresh said Zenkai 7 Beerus is your safest Zenkai, because people worry about, putting 20k or, well, at the time, Chrono Crystals and wondering if they're just going to get power crept. Well, Beerus is going nowhere. He's just that good.
He'll never be irrelevant. There may become a point when there's units that are as good or better than him, but he'll never become irrelevant.
Well, that's just because they made him so insultingly bad as the first of its kind that they went above and beyond. But yeah.
Which I want to say that's cool. Like, if this game wasn't PvP, that'd be cool. I'd be fine with that. I'd be like, hell yeah, dude, Beerus deserves it. Not in this game.
Yeah.
Like,
the whole Zenkai system and the color mechanics, period, are not healthy for a fighting game. Like, it's great for turn-based stuff and, you know, I don't know. But yeah, for fighting games, it's not very healthy.
This game has a lot it needs to do, because I feel like a lot of the core mechanics need to change, because they were developed with units that aren't on this scale. Power
they haven't been for a while. Like, it's not even like it just happened.
Like, yeah, it's just too much. Remember when Rising Rush wouldn't kill if you had type advantage? You remember those days?
It was good old times.
Yeah, especially early fight, it was near useless.
Yeah, the strategy made sense. Now it doesn't matter. Like, I don't honestly, all these new units, I'm not scared if you bring in someone with type advantage. Odds are I'm gonna kill them. That's how stupid these units are. It doesn't matter. And units have all these fast card draw speeds and whatever. Rising Rush needs to be reworked. It has to. If they expect people to keep playing, you have to do something. I get Rising Rushes in like 8 timer counts. That's how dumb it is.
Oh yeah, it's really easy with VB.
I got it in 1 priority. I shared a video. I'm like, did this really just happen? I got priority once and I have a Rising Rush. I literally sealed the match in 8 timer counts. It's stupid.
Yeah, they
I agree with you 100%. Like,
lock them out for the first like 30 seconds would be great. Dragon Balls from showing up, that is.
Dude, I used Yamcha today and killed a VB with the Rising Rush when he had like full HP. That's how OP Rising Rush is. Like,
yeah, it's just the whole thing is just crazy. They gotta do something, because it feels like I don't want them to just like let everything just run its course, because that's when the developers don't at least take control of the craziness that's going on. That's when the game, I don't want to say dies, but that's when people start losing interest, because they're just letting the Wild West go on and they don't care. Like, isn't this what happened with Blazing? They just released super OP units that are required to do anything, and then people are like, what the hell? Why would I even bother? The rates were ridiculously low, so they're like, I'm walking away. Oh, it kind of feels like that's happening here. If you don't run fusions, it feels like you're crippling yourself for nothing when you play PvP. That's just how good they are. What's that? You want to run androids while this dude has a full fusion steam? Guess you lost, champ.
I would prefer. What do you guys think about? Okay, so if we went down to 1 Rising Rush on top of, it's just like set damage. You just take that damage, but they cut it in half from what it is right now. So like if you take like half the damage you would deal nowadays, but you just know you're gonna take that. There's no picking cards and all that shit. Would you guys prefer that, or does it matter?
I would prefer they take out the RNG of it. Yeah, but the thing, they're just in such a tough spot, because they're trying to bring balance in a PvP gacha game. Because Rising Rush, it's really complicated. It's the one thing that both sides have that could level off the playing field. Yeah. Like for whales, they have more stars, so they have the advantage with higher stats. But for a free-to-play unit, Rising Rush is that one little ace in the hole that can level things off. Because if the free-to-play gets it off early against the whale, they can take him out. That's the whole point of it. But then, you know, it's tricky, because the whale could do it too. Like, it doesn't matter. They just really got to rethink how the whole thing works. It's super tricky. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I can think of some ideas, but I'm sure it's far more complicated.
I want to say I have faith, but I really don't have faith. If I'm being honest with you. If I'm being 100% realistic.
We said that. I said that the second anniversary is going to be our make or break moment for a lot of people, and unfortunately, I'm seeing a lot of people say like it really was, and they're not enjoying it.
Dude, if I didn't make videos on it, if I didn't have people who wanted to watch my videos every day, I'd be out. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, there's because for the people that I really feel for the people that, you know, saved for a very long time, didn't get Vegito Blue, and now it's all they face.
Bodied by him. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine it's just unbelievably frustrating. Anytime I start getting comboed by him, I'm like, oh, God damn it. It's this guy. It's annoying.
Yeah, I know the pain because I didn't pull him, so I'm right there with you.
I hate him and I have him. It's not even fun to use him.
Oh, yeah, dude. At 7, like I was talking about that before you got here. I think you were doing something else, but that Nolar account, like, I don't even. It's not even fun. Like, it's not even fun to sit there and just wreck kids with Zenkai 7 beers. The first night was like a blast, dude. It was like, holy shit. And then after that, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, you don't stand a chance. Got it. Like, you know what I mean? It was like, and it's not like shitting on somebody. Like, I didn't spend the money. Nolar spent like 40 grand on that fucking account. Like, how is it supposed to be fair? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it makes sense. We're trying to put a lot of like logic and thought behind this. Like at the end of the day, if someone puts that much money, they deserve to have the advantage. It sounds so rude to say it. I know a lot of people are going to be upset that I said that, but
oh, I'm unsubscribing right now.
Or alternatively, you
just
just
be realistic. That's just how it's going to be. That's
I agree with you.
The nature of this little phone game.
You deserve $40,000 worth of super elite cosmetics and the same gameplay experience as everybody else.
That's not what a gacha game is for.
Well, that's what they damn well should have done.
I don't know, man.
You're in the wrong game,
If
dude.
genuinely you look at something like Fortnite, that shit made free to play, like, that should have shown other people how free to play should be done. I don't like Fortnite, but it should have shown other people how free to play should be done. Like,
Oh yeah, the battle pass system is genius, but
yeah,
Well,
literally.
then, like cosmetics or the like, nothing impacts the gameplay experience. It's all different, trendy cosmetics and stuff like that.
No, yeah, dude,
I don't know how they could integrate that specifically in Dragon Ball, but they could definitely sell a bunch of cosmetic stuff and different auras, different cards, different titles, different tons of shit. They could come up with imagination and sell a bunch of shit that doesn't make the PvP experience wicked unbalanced. Hell, they could even do that thing where they said that they're going to have different characters for PvE and PvP and make the PvE characters wildly unbalanced for farming PvE that much faster, but then keep all the PvP characters relatively equal. That would work just fine. I mean, they've kind of missed the boat on that. It's too late now, but there's plenty of things they could have done / can do to kind of restore the competitiveness of this game while also making money.
We hit top grossing, didn't we? I never remember.
Once, like,
Did we hit it this Annie?
yeah, I did for a short period of time. So short that I didn't notice it, but
But see, I don't even know if that would, like, does it really count if, like, that's like the only time we're gonna hit it? Because I don't see it happening again. Personally, I
it
mean,
definitely sends them a message, but I don't know if it's the right message.
I don't know, man. What else we got? Do you guys want to jump into questions, or do you want?
So I just want to address one thing. So someone said in the comments, how much of an advantage does someone that puts money into the game deserve
Insane.
over, somebody that doesn't? And unfortunately, it's going to be the delta between how much they put in and how shafted you got. Because you could be really lucky with 10K and get a 7-star Vegito Blue, and someone that put a lot of money could get them to only 10. At that point, the gap is not so wide that you can't handle them. But if you get shafted and he doesn't, and you only got him at 2-star and he has him at 14, well, the delta is 12 stars.
Well, see, that's the problem. Is we look at this from the perspective of a game, and I hate to tell you guys, yes, while it is a game, this is a business for a lot of people who look at it like, yeah, a lot of games are businesses, but what I mean is this is actually a moving business that we're playing. This isn't just a game. This isn't, they made a full-fledged game, you bought the game, now it's your game, great. No, this is a full-fledged moving business. So we have to look at it from that perspective of, like, they constantly need to bring in their revenue, and they constantly be hitting certain numbers. So they're going to do what they got to do that. And, I mean, like Nolar was saying, whales are necessary. It sucks. Like, and Raven's right, too, that, like, to a certain extent, you deserve it. Every aspect of your life, if you spend more money, to a certain degree, you deserve something in regards to that, because money's a valuable thing in this world. That's just how it is. I mean, you spend more money, you get a nicer house. You spend more money, you get a nicer car. That's just how it is. Like, it sucks, And I mean, yeah, like I don't have a follow up point to that. It sucks. Like that's just how it is.
Yeah, but honestly, at the end of the rant, I work in the world of software. A lot of you people are saying like, why aren't they doing things quick? It's because it's not easy. It's hard. There's a huge process that goes behind it to releasing a new patch, new changes, new stuff. They got to evaluate everything. There's a lot of like bureaucracy behind it, and it's complicated too. So I can at least see their point of view, but I'm just gonna leave it with I have a lot of faith in them still, in terms of improving things. It's not easy. You got to keep in mind that these guys have we don't see it, but they already have content established for a very long time. So they probably already have content to the end of the year, and they're working on stuff as part of the third year of the game. So if I don't know, they're not really going to properly understand how receptive we are of stuff until we actually get it. That's why it's not so easy to make change, because they don't know how people are going to receive it, right? Maybe they were thinking that people are going to really like Trunks. He may be red, but people really liked him. But instead, everyone just crapped on him really, really hard, and people got really, really mad. So how are they supposed to know? Everybody asked for this dude. They probably weren't sure between, do we release him now because everyone wanted him, or do we wait because there's a blue guy running around that kills everybody? So they just opt for, they're just going to release him now and hope for the best. And you guys got mad. And how are they supposed to change anything or know what to do until you guys get it? So
I don't know. I guess with 2 years of the game coming out, they need to have a little more foresight. That's it.
Yeah, and my hope is that they're getting better at that, because I mean we're seeing improvements come a lot quicker. Like, people were complaining, number one, with adventure grinds, we saw changes to that almost right away. People were complaining about changes to how difficult farming stuff was. We saw changes to that. So
you're not wrong.
They're getting better, but we got to keep in mind what they need to change. Like, the adventure stuff is easy. They just change some numbers around. But when we're asking them to change core mechanics, to change, balance for certain things, it's definitely going to take a long time. So I want to say I have faith in them. Hopefully you guys can be as optimistic as I am, but I don't know. We'll see.
I still love the game, dude. I think a lot of us still love it. Like, we're all like hooked on it to this point. There's still a lot of people who would love to play it right now. But I mean, your life just sometimes doesn't deem like a game like this priority. It's if it's not fun, and you have a certain amount of time to do something throughout the day besides working and whatnot, what makes you pick up a game that's not fun? You know what I mean? I think he muted himself.
Sorry. It's just I don't want to make any noise, because like even them, they heard like a lighter or something. They're like, Brad, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, no, sorry. I'm just doing this. I'm just hitting this lighter over and over again because I finished my cigar. Okay, so we'll move on to questions real quick because I feel like Raiden's got to dip. I have to kind of dip, and then Nas is kind of just living the same day every day. So.
Hey, I gotta sleep. I'm tired as hell.
Stuck in a time paradox.
Dude, forget. Hey, if you were Bill Murray, it wouldn't be that bad. If I'm being real.
If I was Bill Murray.
Yeah, no, you're not Bill Murray. But if you were Bill Murray, let's see. I separated these, so I'll pick out the prime ones. We'll just start with the first one.
90 replies in your segregated comments section.
Well, we'll read the first one just to get started, then I'll kind of go through and read it while you guys are talking about it. I feel like Legends is in the constant loop of, man, this game is starting to get better, to, bruh, this game can't survive another year. What are good ways to help them make the game somewhat consistent when it comes to enjoying the game? Releasing events faster. That's my answer to that. But
that, and then promoting units that are competitive versus just money-hungry cash grabs. Like, keep everything in a relative sphere as opposed to releasing some stuff that's just wildly better than everything else.
You got a separate thing, Reed?
I think just being able to release more content consistently is pretty much it. But also, they do a bad job of taking notes of what's good. They change things that don't need to be changed. Like, for example, this Extreme Super Warrior event, for some reason, we've already established that the Ginyu Force version was fine, but for some reason they felt the need to change it. Why? That like there's no reason to do that. Oh my god, I hate when they lock behind earning certain things with how many medals you have to collect, because it's just this huge skip ticket and energy ticket waste. Like, we just got through a Zenkai grind. Why on earth would you do this? I can't get Krillin any higher because I have nothing.
I'm not even gonna use all my stuff. I'm saving like 50 because I'm not doing it. I'd rather multi Z power him once.
Yeah,
and have like all the stuff you would get.
That's just an example, though.
No,
like,
I agree. Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, so they had something working, but for some reason they changed it. It made no sense.
Think about step ups, dude. Think about how many changes step ups have gone through, and it's like, bro, we liked the Super Saiyan 4s. That was a good version.
Yeah, they were trying to find find a way to get the most money. And another thing, they should have keep the double buff or double Z ability at 3-star like the Super Saiyan 4s do. That would be perfect.
Oh, it's amazing. It's so good.
Because it's perfect. You pull them once, you take advantage of your 10 sparking medals, your dual coins, whatever. Then you get that double buff. It's great. It pushes the co-op grind that you keep pushing on everyone that everyone doesn't like, and it helps promote players to do the daily missions because they get sparking medals. There's a lot more reward for 100 Z power now.
Oh,
stick to that. If you're gonna force us to do this stupid co-op grind, holy crap! At least make it worth it. Why would I want to play co-op like 150,000 times to get Yamcha to 3-star? That's it.
Well, I think you only is it 70 times? No, it's a little bit because you do the 70 times, you don't get him to 3-star yet. I know that.
Co-op sucks.
Oh,
co-op
it's boring as hell.
Co-op is not worth running 70 times. You couldn't even pay me to want to run that 70 times.
It would be so much easy to fix too if they just like rotated the boss. Like if they just had rotating bosses, like every.
But even then, I don't know if I'd have.
Give me the damn AI, dude. I don't want to run with people anymore. I hate it.
I know. I would start like being like, "Please DC on me, bro." If they gave us a bot, I'd be like, "Just get out of here. The game will work."
Like, think of it like, I don't know if either of y'all played like Mortal Kombat 10 or 11, but they have like the towers mode, and like you fighting the AI in those towers modes. But every few hours they rotate. They have different challenges. Different units are boosted. Other units are weaker. Like,
but see, the payoff there is you get to play Mortal Kombat. You're not playing co-op where it crashes and you got to wait a couple seconds and then it crashes and then you got to jump back out.
That's all the core functionality of the game, assuming the game is working properly.
Yeah, I get you.
Still add more shit to do, like a rotating thing of towers like that would be great. And then also getting it to work properly in the first place, like y'all are complaining about, would be a core important thing to do also. But assuming it was working like they wanted it to, we still need more shit to do.
Do you think
boring fighting Android 17 200 times with Zenkai Trunks? Like, fuck that. I'm over it.
No, it gets old quick.
I got to Zenkai 4 and I gave up.
I got it to 7. I was like, no, I'm not playing that game I played with Goku. Well, I was like, I'll do it the last day. No, I finished it. I was like, no. Do you think Legends will make it to its 3rd Annie? I would say yes. Yeah, I don't think it's a question if it'll make it. Will it be doing well? I don't know, but
what people don't understand is like, even if all of us in the West like boycotted the game because we're like, let's not spend so that they'll get the message and make changes. In Japan, they'll just be like, screw these guys. We're just gonna keep the games over here, and they don't get to play them at all. Like, they don't care. Like, it's part of their culture, like gacha and gambling and all that. Like, they love it. So it's like, if we don't conform or want to play their stuff, that they will just get it and we won't. Like, they're not gonna respond to our boycott the way that most people, I think they will.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
It wouldn't end well. Like, it's either you play it and enjoy it for what it is, or you don't. And I guess they just kind of make whatever money they make.
Let's see. We got. We'll give a rough answer on this one. What Z abilities and typings do you want the upcoming UST Goku and Vegeta to be?
I mean, it's gotta be God Key. Future and God Key would probably be the best, but those are two teams that are already like oppressively dominant right now. So it's unfortunate that they kind of pile drive certain teams while letting other ones sit on the back burner too long. But I would imagine that they're going to be future and God keep up.
What do you think, like, abilities? The only thing that would make me summon is if one of them holds a super card. I feel like that's the only thing that would make me summon for, like, an essential type feeling. Aside from that...
You're talking about bringing to battle? Well, it said that... I forget which one was which, but like Vegeta has the death buff, so if he dies, everyone else gets stronger, and then Goku's got the buffs where the more frequently the enemy swaps out, the more... I don't remember which one was which from the V-Jump, but that was the situation. Like, they kind of broke it down. Like, one of them's a death buffer, and the other one is the longer the battle goes on, / the more the enemy switches, the stronger he gets type offensive character.
That's going to be really damn bad, but hear me out. This is super tinfoil hat theory, but if I'm right, you can call me the Bondi Spy. I think they're going to Zenkai Green Bardock next.
That was the next question, bro. What's the next Green Zenkai be?
Let me give my 2 cents on why. Aside from the fact that a very strong blue is dominating the meta, locking in is one of the biggest counters right now because everyone swaps out and protects him, but those 2 units just further solidify it because one of them is dedicated to dying to buff up the team. So Rising Rush, which is naturally a counter to this kind of thing, is just going to be dedicated to him, so it's going to be even harder to kill him. And then the other guy is all about getting stronger as the fight goes on, so you probably want to box him in and beat him up. I think like the answer to a lot of the current meta issues are lock-in and type advantage over Vegito Blue, and there's one boy who does that, Green Bardock, and Green Bardock was a juggernaut when he came out.
Oh, he was oppressive, bro.
He was the Vegito Blue before Vegito Blue was, because he came in with lock-in.
Yeah, so, no, dude. He was wild. He was a lot of fun, though, honestly.
He had the best stats in the game, and I remember all the Reddit posts of people saying that Bardock is going to break the game is broken, I hate this game, he's too good. If only those people saw what we got now. So I think Green Bardock is getting the next Zenkai. If you see it in a few weeks from now, you all have to credit me.
What the hell do y'all think they're going to do with the friendship system since it's
I have no idea.
I think they're just going to increase the rewards from it, that's all. Because it's actually pretty damn good. You can get yourself, like, if you run through all those Let's Fight stages, you get, like, what, 50 CC?
Right, but in terms of the actual characters, like what reason do you think they'll add for you to get like Majin Vegeta to Friendship 10 now? Because right now it's meaningless.
I don't know. Maybe they'll let you be able to change their their uniform, I guess, what they're wearing. Because you know how if you face your
like
opponent,
color scheme kind of or something?
Yeah, something like that. Why not?
I mean, that would be a cool reward.
It would be cool if they took out sleeves from Zenkai and they threw it into Friendship, because let's be honest, no one's going to Zenkai someone just for their damn sleeves. They do it for the kit. So let sleeves be something separate. Let some of the cosmetic stuff be Friendship tied. It would make it better, right?
Very dope.
Yeah, because anything can make it better. Because right now the system is useless beyond Friendship 1. Like, they added a purpose for it with Zenkai, and then they took it away when they took away the Zenkai mission.
Yeah. Oh my god, there's so much feedback we can give him, and I don't even think Toshi's like listening to this right now. But the biggest thing I think he should do is look, the cheapening of Zenkai is clear that you want to make it more accessible. That means you have to change the star requirement too. Regular units 5 stars, Legends Limited 3 stars. I think that just makes the most sense.
Yeah,
everything else
separate systems. You're getting enough buffs just from getting the red stars by that in and of itself, and then the Zenkai can be completely separate from that.
Yeah, I just think it makes the most sense because, like, I get it. They want to make it attributed to old units, but like, you can't do that to Legends Limited. 7 stars to make the requirement the same for both of those units is to imply that they're the same when they're obviously not. So one of the restriction has to change. And right now it's too much anyway. So just make it 5 stars and 3 stars. I'm sure a lot of people would be happy about that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, and so everything else, I read through all these other ones pretty much, and it's all stuff we already covered, or they're just saying the meta is AIDS. That's about it.
Yeah.
But I'll leave it off on one. I don't know if you guys are all set to go. If there's one other thing you want to say before we head out of here.
Yeah, I'm getting sleepy, so it's all good. We wrap it up.
Why did people guess my Rising Rush from Elvis?
Because the game designed a crappy RNG mechanic for the most impactful attack you could possibly launch in the game. Terrible.
Yeah, it's just you were unlucky. You could make an educated guess. Like I did have a discussion with somebody about this, and I was saying like I'm just getting unlucky, but they said that I was being obvious in terms of my Rising Rushes, and he made some good points. Like for example, if you just swap in Kefla and you go for a Rising Rush,
You're gonna only have Strike.
Blast,
Yeah.
You choosing Blast means you're an idiot because Kefla changes all the Blast to Strike cards, so it's impossible. That's an example of how you can make an educated guess.
Sneak green or blue also though. So.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is on your part, if you chose Blast, then that's you making an incorrect judgment call. Pay attention to what your opponent uses. You see a bunch of Strike cards, a bunch of Blast cards, no green or a blue. Odds are it could be a green or a blue. But at the end of the day, it's still RNG no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
You can make the argument that, you're facing someone that's really good at reading people, so he's going to think you're thinking, he never used a blue or green. He's choosing a blue or a green. And so what do? You choose a strike card or something like that. Like you can't. This whole little like 4D chess thing, you won't be able
all
to
in like 4 seconds. You have to think about all that stuff.
Yeah, you wouldn't know if they're being clever or if they're just getting lucky and they don't care. You can't tell the difference. So there is no logic behind it. You can make the best educated guess you can, but that's it. You're just getting unlucky. I counted how many Rising Rushes got guessed one day. I used 31 and 29 of them got guessed. And I'm not just using Blast.
That's just bad luck, bro. Jesus.
Yeah. I'm not just using Blast over and over again. I'm taking educated guesses. I'm not an idiot. I know. I talk about it in my videos all the time. I give logic for why I'm trying to use my stuff. And sometimes it just doesn't apply. Like, for example, I used a green card. I Rising Rushed. I chose my second green card for my Rising Rush, and he still chose green card.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that's...
So there's no logic behind it. It's just the dude probably just said, whatever, green card, boop, that's it. And he got it. That's it. There's no law. There's no...
Well, you can sit there and you can think about all this stuff. You're like, well, I'm a strike unit. So he thinks that I want to hang on to my strike cards to do more damage, so I'm going to pick blast card. But then that dude's sitting over there and he only had 4 blast cards or something. And he's just like...
Yeah, exactly.
Blast card? Like... You don't know, man. Well, either way, unless Nas has something else to chuck in, I think, unless you guys got anything special.
Sucks.
Oh, it's worse. It's really a bad mechanic. Like
they should have made a meter instead of Dragon Balls, like a super meter. It should just be like a static hit that hits for like 500,000 damage, no matter who, no matter what. So you could plan around it, use it as a finishing move when not have it dodged or guessed. I don't know.
No, it'd be dope. That would actually be, or even if it just it's guaranteed to do 50% to the unit you're hitting. Like
50% sucks too, because then you use it and someone's got 1,000 health left, and you're like, yeah, this will kill him, but then 50% only does 500 damage.
No, I mean like 50% of their max health. So like,
you want to cap off the damage.
I mean, I don't think that's that crazy because most Rising Rushes are going to do 2 to 3 million. So if you're sitting there doing like 1.2. I don't think that's that crazy, personally, but...
My proposition for it was just find a way to eliminate it killing anyone in the early game. So...
Yeah.
Like, let's say the match starts, right, Rising Rush damage, I don't know how the hell they calculate it, but basically, just make it so that 100% of the damage is removed from it. And then every timer count that passes, that reduction is smaller. And I said 2.5% per timer count, which means that 40 timer counts will do full power. Like, at least it'll answer for all these stupid 10 timer count Rising Rushes that kill somebody, because what's going to happen? It's only going to do 25% of its damage. 25% of an early Rising Rush is like, what, 500k?
If
That's not killing anybody. At
It
least
depends.
I don't think it's ever going to kill anyone. I've never seen a Rising
Well,
Rush. go-
500k no would not kill anybody, but
Yeah, you won't kill anyone. So at least you could be okay with that. And your opponent used a Rising Rush early. Puts more strategy to it. It means that you, the smarter guy, is going to hold on to it. So when you do get to use it, you're probably going to kill somebody. It's at full power. So it adds some level of thought to Rising Rush. Because right now it's just mindlessly throwing it away. They don't care. Because it's going to kill them, or they're at 1 HP.
Made it more like the X-ray moves in Mortal Kombat, or like a limit break in Final Fantasy, where you really just can't even use it until you've been beat to hell, and then it finally builds up towards like legit the end of the match, and then you can fire it off.
well, that sounds that sounds more like Dragon Ball.
They
I would
they
like
could
that more.
They could do so much with it. Like you're collecting 7 Dragon Balls. It doesn't have to be this stupid guitar string with you going to beat somebody up. Why not revive someone? What if you want to bring somebody back?
That would be like Dragon Ball Fighters 2, where it offers you like 4 different options, like
Yeah, diversify.
Never invincible, or restore my health, or bring a dead teammate back to life, or give me my the burst mode back again twice.
Yeah, give yourself a massive buff too. Like, what if you're using a Last Stand guy and you change your Rising Rush mechanic thing to you getting a huge damage mitigation? So now you can't get killed by their Rising Rush, and now you got this Last Stand beast that can really fight them off.
It's raising the battle for like 5 seconds and offering you a choice of like 3 or 4 different things instead of just what it is now. That'd be dope.
Yeah, it just gives so much more depth, because right now all this game is right. This game can be summarized in like 3 words: fusions go burr. That's it. That's this entire meta. That's it. That's this entire game. No, you can't do that. You have to make a sophisticated team and play with strategy. Fusions go brr. That's it. That's all. That's all it is. People just mindlessly run at you with Vegito Blue and Zamasu and Kefla. That's it.
No, dude, you guys aren't wrong at all. And to the people saying in the comments section, you just have to remove the card guessing. You're 100% right. I don't think they're gonna do that.
Removing the card guessing would be great if it just did like a static 500,000 to 800,000 damage flat, no matter who and what situation. It was very predictable. Then just remove the card guessing, because then when you launch it, if your enemy has less than 800,000 life, that it's going to finish them off. Or you know that if it doesn't, then you're going to have to put in some more work. So you can plan around it. But now it's too unreliable.
You know what though? Even if they decide not to do it, it still adds some strategy. You could either risk it all and use this Rising Rush to try to take out a powerful enemy, or you use it on something else that's guaranteed to happen for you. Revive someone at 1 HP, get yourself some damage buffs going. It's just, there's a lot of things they could do with it. There's some untapped potential. I just hope they realize it. That's it. Yeah, like you can either just make it have the Rising Rush nonsense, make it guessable if it's to kill someone, or just have it be something that's guaranteed, that's inflicted for yourself. I don't know. We have so many good ideas. I just hope they listen.
Yeah, someone in the chat saying they want the Rising Rush to be the card clash minigame, but I hate that too, and that's RNG also. So screw, I don't like that either.
You know what they could do? Maybe you know what? This is actually kind of clever. What if when you're both in the lobby choosing your teams, there's an extra little tab that says Rising Rush, and if you click it and your opponent doesn't, then it's a flip of a coin if you get Rising Rush in the matches or not. If you both agree not to do it, then it's a no Rising Rush match. Why not?
That'd be dope.
Yeah, votable rules early on would be cool too.
I think that would be a clever idea.
Or just like different modes. That goes back to them offering us more damn game modes too, which they are definitely slacking on doing.
There's a lot they could do. I just hope they realize it soon, because I don't know, people's patience is running.
Yeah, it's boring and samey when the only new thing we get for months and months is just new characters, but nothing to do with them.
Yeah. Well, I don't really have anything else to chuck in. I think you guys are pretty well tapped. I'm about 95 degrees right now, so I gotta get the hell out of this room. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. If there's anything you want to say down below, make sure you leave a comment.
My tier list video will be up sometime between now till tomorrow, so hopefully everyone will give that a look-see.
Go peep Nasrachi's tier list video if you guys like just kind of reading through that kind of stuff. It's probably pretty long, right? Like 40 minutes?
It's like 45 minutes long.
So don't skip through it. If you skip through it, me and Ryuden are going to ban you. So don't skip through his video if you do go watch it. But
not out yet, so you got plenty of time to get popcorn.
Oh, cool. Well, we're out. We'll catch you guys around. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you. You know we do.